We're all on hot mics. It is Friday night, and you are here. You are the Laggin Out Legion. We are Laggin Out Live, and we are here. In the Black Oni seat, we have Black Light Oni, our local IT guy that fixes all our shit. Please welcome Hero.
I'll even fix soda when it's working.
And the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, Grandmaster Soda Pop. You thought I was going to say Grand Dragon. That would be racist. But welcome to Lagging Out Live. We are lagging out. And we are here. We're not queer, but that's okay if you are.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
As long as you're not on the cover of a Bud Light can. So,
Oh, Jesus. Here we go again.
yes, here we go. We're not really going to talk about the Bud Light thing, but because it's all over the news and they kind of beat that horse.
Oh, yeah.
And that is not a hate crime. That is not a joke. But
Might be an animal crime.
it might be, but just take it like this. Who really drinks Bud Light anyway? But
Okay, stupid question.
yes, I'll
Is
have a stupid answer.
Bud Light a brand, or is it under the Anheuser-Busch label, which would mean it's alongside Budweiser?
It is.
Both
Yes.
are correct.
So it is really beating a dead horse because they have the Budweiser Clydesdales. Got it.
Yep.
Yes.
Which was an event that got canceled this past week due to that. Due
Oh,
to the
really?
backlash. Due to the backlash against Bud Light. But we're not going to
So
get into that.
They weren't horsing around about that one.
What the fuck?
I missed it the first time on the clip, but I got it the second time.
Wow.
I'm asking chat. Chat, got a question for you. Am I too dark in the scene? Am I not lit bright enough for you guys? Because I haven't color corrected my right monitor. And I'm like really super bright on two of my monitors, but not bright enough on the monitor
No,
I'm
you
looking.
look like you're blending into the darkness. A little
Let
too
me put it
edgelord.
this way, Chieftain. You look like you are hiding bad visual effects with dark lighting.
All right, let me just pop it up a little bit. Is that a little better?
Raven, no, you're pale enough. It bounces back.
All right, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change my Kelvin then. Make it more orange. I'll make myself more orange, and I'll be great there. I should. Yeah, I'm a little bit more orange there.
I'm
Does it look like
competing.
I have a tan now?
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Is that better? I'm changing my Kelvin. I don't know what that means. It's temp. It's more.
like I match the theme. Is it an orange man bad moment?
I'm alabaster, so I can't talk. She says. I just love the fact that my RAM is working well with my Stream Deck shot changes. So it's just like I'm getting a nerdgasm here with all the changes and everything. It's like moving at real time. Oh, as I jinx myself. There we go. But yes. So Oni is running on empty. She's been up since 2 a.m, guys, and she's here to entertain you. So let's give a big shout out for Black Light Oni today.
This can either go very, very well or very, very badly.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm trying to curb my excitement for the topics tonight, so that way you're not going to get mad at me or anything, or it goes a lot smoother than it usually does.
I get angry about anything. So that is not your fault that I have difficulties regulating my emotions. The only thing I think that we could do better on for this week is to make sure we're not talking over each other, especially if it's someone who doesn't speak as often like Soda.
I
Aside
talk
from
all
that-
the time.
No, you don't.
She doesn't even hide it.
So, yeah, we're going to have a great day.
It's a beautiful day.
I mean, apparently it's supposed to, some people are saying it might snow on Sunday. So I'm like, wow, that's cool. It's been so
You're
nice
just
and
itching
warm
for
outside.
You're just itching for that opportunity to pull out the flamethrower.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Need to record it.
If it happens,
I'm just.
Had
waiting.
snow all friggin' day, Mariner
I
says.
think he lives in Canada.
Oh, okay. Canada?
It might be South Canada. I mean Michigan.
South Canada.
I get to say
Vermont's
that.
more north than Michigan, so why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
So
I
it's
just like to make fun of Michigan because it's my home state, and well, you know,
I like to make fun of Michigan because I have not heard very many good things about it.
it's a nice, almost backwoodsy area, depending on where you're at. In fact, most of it is backwoodsy, unless you're in like Detroit or Lansing. But I mean, you've got the Tulip Time Festival in Holland, which is actually kind of cool.
And we lost a viewer because you're talking about Michigan.
and tulips.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Raven.
That's why you like my abuse hero. I
Shout
will
out
get
to
those-
Raven.
Dang.
I'd like to shout out to Rogue Raven. She's a great friend of mine now. She likes to harass me while I'm working, and I like to harass her while she's working. It's a mutual thing. What can I say?
I like where this is going.
Sign of a great friendship. Sign of a great friendship.
Most of what we banter back and forth with is like platonic flirting. So,
Oh
and
yeah,
dirty jokes.
Yeah.
as you do.
Ohio and Michigan have a big rivalry. Yep, they do.
That's actually really true. That's like sports ball though, and well, I don't really know what sports ball is.
Right.
Hey, attention to all you wonderful, beautiful viewers out there. I don't know. Do you want Oni to do it? You keep flipping back. and
Oh,
forth there.
yeah, I was gonna flip to Oni, but whoever wants to do it, who wants to do it?
Go right ahead.
You can go
Doesn't
ahead.
matter.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All you beautiful people out there watching us, if you are under the age of 18, this is probably not for you. We crack a lot of really dirty jokes. There's also some dad jokes, so that might make up for it. But the views presented on this show are not necessarily that of Laggin Out Entertainment's. They're just opinions of hosts. Viewer discretion advised. And if you're offended, fuck it. We don't care.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
I like that.
Also, we are on like every fucking social media thing out there, and it's retarded at this point. But if you don't want to click on all those and look for us, you can hit that QR code in the middle, and it'll bring you to a special page that has all our links on there, so you can follow us. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
We love you.
And if it's on here not long enough, it's usually gonna be on a lot of our slides. So if I go to the next slide, it's in the bottom right hand corner. I'll put my little laser pen in here for you. Look, I'll turn on my laser pointer and turn it around like I'm teaching. Here it is right here. Ooh, ah. So there it is. And we all love Tyrion. Who doesn't love Tyrion Death here, man? We all love Tyrion Death, right?
100%. He's my brother. What can I say?
He is good people. So show him some support. He got a raid the other day from Rogue Penguin. Different avian that we like. We have ravens. We have penguins. They're all rogue, and they're all our friends. So go
Yeah.
check him
And
out.
well-dressed.
And well-dressed.
and Cox.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check out
Hey,
Tyrion
Warner.
Death at 6 to 10. Pending, hopefully, his mic's working. It usually is. He's there. Just takes him a while to check the chat, but please be patient. He will say hello to you. I know we're all, like when we get into that chat, we want that attention from the person who is streaming because we want to see that love because we're all lonely people. So
Oni has a
just
question.
what's that?
Oni has a question. She's been trying to
Oh.
ask it.
I'm so sorry, Oni. Go ahead.
No, it's not a question. It's funny that so much news came out and we only condensed it to a handful.
Uh-huh.
There was a little bit of news that came out about Kick that I
Yes.
saw today.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
let's...
I just wanted to
Yeah.
throw that out. Well,
We
basically,
might sidebar that in, honestly, Oni. I think
We'll
we
throw it
should.
in there.
yeah, it's just,
definitely.
I literally only read about it maybe 2 hours before the show. I mean, I can't control the news media. Okay, they
No.
just showed up. I still find it hilarious.
Late breaking. What is it? How should I do that?
Breaking news.
Breaking news with Blacklight Oni. Bitch.
Oh, don't die, please.
No.
Awkward silence.
This week's
Hey, that's
trivia.
odd.
Which SpongeBob characters VA appeared in Resident Evil 4? So this is this week's trivia question, folks, and here are the choices. Sandy, Mrs. Puff, or Mr. Krabs. Don't look it up. That's part of the fun. And we will check that out later.
By the way,
What-
Chieftain,
Yes.
it's related
Patrick.
to talking about, well, not talking about, but it's related to Rogue Raven.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just gonna play it.
And thank you for visiting LOE, Lagging Out Entertainment. Warning, viewer discretion is advised. If you're under 18, get bent and kick sand.
Is that Rogue Raven?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god!
That's a new ad read. That's our
Oh.
new advisory.
I'll send it to you in
Oh,
in
yeah.
Discord so we could use it as a soundbite.
I'm definitely gonna put that. Congratulations, Rogue Raven! You've made my soundboard.
And mine.
Ta-da!
I don't know if that's a great achievement, but it's still fun. Anyways, I can do this as Jennifer Coolidge if you want. I don't know who that is. Jennifer Coolidge. Sorry,
I believe that's what you. Yes.
is that Jennifer Coolidge that she did, or I don't know who's Jennifer Coolidge?
I don't.
I've never
recall.
felt. She says I've never felt so honored.
Oh, fuck you, Facebook, for not allowing me to just download it straight.
Oh no.
Stifler's
Fun
mom.
suckers.
Oh, so,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the 4th of July. I love hot dogs. I feel like the
Raven,
4th
can
of
you-
July.
Can you record that and send it as an MP3 file to us?
Okay, our first topic is one that I don't even really want to talk about, but Soda insisted
Bless you.
on doing it, but bless you, yeah. So we have a review of the Mario movie
So,
that is a week old. Hero has a review
oh, good
of the
lord.
Mario movie. So
Okay.
Started off
Hero,
strong this week.
It didn't just start off strong. So as of last look, and I'm gonna do a live look right now. As of last look, Mario already broke $500 million globally.
okay,
That is phenomenal.
it is. It looks like it's gonna beat Disney's record, right?
It's beat a bunch of Disney records. It
Yeah,
even topped out over freaking Frozen 2, apparently.
yeah.
Which
Sweet.
was like the previous animated release or animated debut record or something like that. Now, full disclosure, numbers don't lie, facts don't lie. If you adjust for inflation, it did not, but in raw numbers it did. Take that how you will. There's a lot of people that are going to hate because they hate Disney, and there's a lot of people that are going to hate because they hate Mario.
Yeah,
Whatever. But my last look was the box office topped 500 million
Wow.
globally grossed. Yeah. So giggity. Sorry.
All right, okay, so like we already know the numbers, but more importantly is we think your opinion matters here on Lagging Out Live, Hero. So what was your opinion of the movie?
Short version is, if you are nostalgic for Nintendo, if you love Nintendo, if you love Mario, if you're a Mario fan, basically, if you're all about them member berries, great movie, fantastic movie. Haven't heard a Mario fan speak bad of it yet. However, if you are not a Mario fan, not a Nintendo fan, don't give a toss about Nintendo. The fact is, it is a kids movie. They're just that's just the fact. It's a kids movie. It was meant for kids. It was meant for Nintendo fans. You ain't gonna like it if you are not a fan of the IP. It has very thin, very thin storyline. What can you say? What can you really say about a video game movie? I mean, was Sonic a really deep storytelling phenomenon? I would argue no. But I still loved it. It was still fun. It was still entertaining. So by that same token, don't go into watching Mario thinking that you're gonna get some deep storytelling. But
I have a
my
question for you.
God, there were so many
References.
fan references.
Now this is just a one of a bunch of Nintendo-based movies that are coming out, right? So I saw Legend of Zelda and a few other like key Nintendo movies that are on the slate for Illumination to do. I saw a list that's going down the line. I'm not sure if it's a rumor or it's wishful thinking or if it's actual fact. Do you have a confirm or deny on that?
I do not. I'll just say that rumors are going to be rumors until Nintendo.
How dare you!
Illumination actually confirms anything.
Illumination does great work. I love the lighting though, but yeah, go ahead.
I would say that is not outside the realm of possibilities. There are two end credit scenes. Not going to spoil it. They're hilarious and they're great. And I will say that one just gave me feels like it felt a lot like if anybody watched the 99 Godzilla, it was very much like that, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Now again, it's okay to like bad movies. That was a movie that I liked, and it was also very bad.
I like The Fifth Element. I mean, that's my guilty
So do
pleasure.
I, but I would argue that that's
considered a bad movie.
Yeah, if
a lot of people don't like that movie.
They can kick rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Kicks or pound sand. Yeah.
I haven't watched it really recently, so I only remember bits and pieces. But I mean, it was eccentric. It was timely to what was going on with what they thought of science fiction. It had style. You can't say it. You can't say it was bland. It definitely looked like what cyberpunk today kind of looks like, if it were like cyberpunk retro, I guess. I don't know. When you were mentioning, there might be a whole list of Nintendo movies coming out, I'm like, Metroid and Bayonetta, and you're like, Illumination. I'm like, they're never doing that. Never mind.
They won't do Bayonetta, but I would give you the possibility of Metroid.
I think they're actually doing Metroid. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just, given how gruesome some of the themes are with Metroid, could they do it justice? Because with Illumination Studios, their style airs on the side of child-friendly cartoon violence. With Metroid, you're dealing with themes like motherhood, with parasites, with good versus evil, violence.
That's all fair.
Inherent good and evil, or with species and domination of planets. Kind of rough topics for kids to look at. And then, of course, there's Bayonetta, who just
her whole
she has a great ass.
Be contained.
Whoa.
She's hot as fuck.
Bayonetta is the entire package, okay?
Yeah.
She is the package.
Gamer baby material.
Whoa.
No. I'm pretty sure she would be considered for a lot of them Dommy Mommy.
Yes.
I think
Wow.
that's I think that's where she would fit with that.
I'm too alpha then for her, you would say.
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
she would
no.
make you her bitch
You-
anyways. That's
Whoa.
Bayonetta. She
Let-
would
let
be
me-
all about the you praise her and worship her. It's all good.
Oh, that's
least
not
in
going
my
to happen.
opinion.
Allow me to elucidate some of this for you a little bit, Chieftain. Dami Mommy to the extreme, and your personality, your self-confidence, your, dare I say it, ego would be just in line with what she would love to dominate.
Whoa.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Because
She's looking for the hunt.
her prime her love interest, there we go, we'll go with that. Her love interest is a very confident, egotistical, self-important fellow, and he's also a journalist that he's out there, charging for the story. He's trying to expose the big corporation, and he thinks that he can do it because he is awesome. And to be fair, he is awesome. But he's also a klutz, and I just absolutely adore that. I think it's hilarious. But that said, we got a little sidetracked. But to
How
give
many
you-
lag bars for Mario? Out of 3 lag bars, how many does he get for this movie?
Personally, I would give him the full compliment. Very, very good in my opinion. But that's coming from somebody who's been a Nintendo fan since its inception.
Well, it fits with the childhood, is what you're saying.
Yes, and it is, again, it is a very, very much kid movie. Do not get it twisted. It is a kid's movie.
Right.
But again, if you are a Mario fan, you will love it. Oh,
So
and to lay your concerns to rest, good sir, because recall, I called out that I had concerns about Boss Lady Peach, and then you later looked at some other trailers and also agreed Boss Lady Peach. Yes, she does have some boss lady moments. In fact, to justify that, this is, as I predicted, a Mario origin story. Mario gets the hero's journey. I'm going to call out one of your favorite topics in school.
Joseph Campbell.
Mario gets his hero's journey and his guide to the world of the Mushroom Kingdom is Peach. Therefore, yes, Boss Lady. No, not Mary Sue. Yeah, okay, a little bit of a Mary Sue thing, but she doesn't run in and steal the show. She's not the one that gets to deal the final blow to the big bad. She teaches and trains Mario, and then Mario becomes badass.
Gotcha.
She's the untouchable mentor figure.
She is the mentor figure. That's what I was looking for, Oni. Thank you. But I will say, she gets her moments. She does have her need to be rescued moment, but the real story is Mario is out to rescue his brother because you don't fuck with the Italian brother.
whoa.
Fuck you.
It is not an overly, it's not a get well go broke moment. It was justified. It falls in line with what modern portrayal of Peach is, which honestly, ever since Mario 2, she's been a playable character, has had her own I'm gonna be the hero moment kind of thing. She's
Are you talking original NES Super Mario 2? That was a whole dream sequence, that whole video game.
yes. Also, it was marketed as Mario 2, but it wasn't really Mario 2. It was actually technically Mario 3. Mario 2 was the Lost Levels, but they never released that in the States until well after the fact.
Yeah, it's the only. I never beat 3. I beat 1 and 2, and I remember I was so proud of myself when I beat 2. I took a picture of it and sent it to Nintendo Power, and they sent me a letter back congratulating me. So it's just like, yeah.
But
I beat a video game. I didn't give up. Like Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh my god, that was a nightmare in and of itself. But
Double dibble.
I will end my commentary on it with I 100% recommend it to anybody that is a Mario fan. I 100% recommend it to anybody with kids. I brought my daughter to it and she loved it. My wife came and watched it with us as well. And we, when we stood up after the credits started rolling, my wife leaned over to me and looked me in the eye and said, "That was perfect." And that is high praise coming from her.
Nice.
And by the way, Jack Black as Bowser, perfect casting.
I wanted to mention that last week, but we moved on from the topic. But the creator of Mario was at the premiere, and Jack Black was in the background. And this is really cool. You're gonna appreciate this, Oni. Jack Black was like talking in the background, and he had a jacket on. And he turned it around, and it had Bowser's
Spikes.
looks like pieces of Bowser's shell on the back of his jacket.
That
It
was
was
awesome.
fucking awesome.
It-
Oh, it was so subtle. It was in the background, and he just turned around and he just goes, "Ah," like that. He was just like, I thought that was really cool because he like grew up with Mario.
Oh yeah.
So
totally.
I mean, like he's a little older than me.
You can say a lot of things about Jack Black, but you cannot tell me when he's a fan of something, he doesn't go all in. Every project he's a part of that he still has fond memories of, you know damn well he actually loved that with all of his heart.
Oh yeah.
Crap's sake, he's still part of Tenacious D. The fact that I know it was controversial, but I will say the clips behind the scenes of a certain Mandalorian episode, he was having fun. He was enjoying the process. That is what I would expect of someone who loves and appreciates their craft. And for him to really embody the character, to embrace the character and add depth, I think is really, really cool. And of course, he probably had a childhood dream like, yeah, okay, everyone loves to be Mario, but Bowser's fucking cool. Yes.
I will say that the portrayal of Bowser in this particular story kind of falls more in line with the Super Mario Odyssey version of Bowser. And it's also like super traditional of what you would expect the kidnap the princess all the time storyline. I will also, without spoiling anything because I refuse to, the music number that Jack Black did already is on the list of nominations for what was it, an Emmy or something?
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. It is so fucking hilarious.
I thought it was great how, and for Jack Black to say this, I think is very telling that he knows how things go, but he's willing to embrace it if it's for the story. He said there's no guarantee that if there's a sequel, Bowser will be the big bad of it. He might turn into a good guy. He might just have a cameo and leave. But he said if they decide to go with introducing more characters, he did bring up a name, and I hope it's not spoiling or anything, for a character if they bring in this character. He suggested
Which one?
Wario.
Ooh.
He suggested Pedro Pascal.
Ooh, that would be perfect.
I would approve that. I'm not a fan of Pedro Pascal, but I would approve.
I'm a fan.
No Elon Musk?
It could turn into such meminess. It would imagine. Oh my gosh! I understand he's
Wario, this is the way.
But what if they made Jim Carrey as Waluigi?
That would be a good one too. I will also let me throw out a possible, because I don't think there's a chance in hell because of the dispute between Square and Nintendo.
I know you want me to be the voice of Waluigi. It's not going to happen here.
I would totally pitch as a potential villain to bring that good guy arc for Bowser. I would pitch as a potential villain Smithy from Mario RPG.
I don't know who that is.
He was the final boss of Super Mario RPG. Which
Well, I
is-
think if they do that, I think if they switched it around so that it is still a kidnap story, but if they kidnapped Bowser's kid, that way Bowser can be like, oh, this is what that feels like. Yeah, now I understand why it sucks. Okay, cool. We're even. And then peace in the land. It's like, hey, how about this? I employ you. You save my son. We're good. Right? We're cool.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Sweet.
I need
So
to
many
go grab
good
a
memes.
fork for my food because I've been holding on to eating my food because I don't have a fucking fork.
Use your fingers.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my fingers. Yeah, on
Yeah.
pasta.
Uh-huh.
Eh,
It'd be good to...
use my
yeah.
pumpkin pie.
This
I'll
is
be right back.
this is Hero's chair. He's supposed to be losing weight, and he's eating pasta. We have the
Hey.
weight loss challenge. He is not losing any weight. I think Chieftain's
How
gonna
do you know?
win. I know because he's been on that Bowflex for like 5-6 days in a row here. He's never around sitting on me.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Anyone have questions for Hero's chair? Oh, he's back. Never mind.
Oh, he brought a note. There's a note.
Uh-oh.
So of course you're just gonna leave the shot on my empty ass chair while I walk away to go grab a fork.
Why wouldn't he? Why would this
Because
be any
it's the
different from any other
chieftain.
time?
No, that means he would. But for anybody that is familiar with my songbird, as I like to call her to keep her name off of it, she wrote me a little note.
Aw.
Oh, that's
He
funny.
says, "Let me in. I will kick
And
this door down."
Oh, wow.
I'm glad she knows how to resort to violence.
All right.
Wow.
Proud. She will learn. She will learn how to tear down doors and destroy her enemies.
She's taking after Aunt Oni here.
Should see some of the things that my wife
Birds
does
of a
whenever
feather.
I lock the door to the office when we're doing the show. She'll sit there knocking on the door, pounding on the door, and scratching at the door like a cat.
Next stop, she'll be ambushing you.
You said
I await
Bush.
that story.
Funny story about ambushing.
There is Nova.
Oni
Maybe
with a
sleeping.
flamethrower and Oni as in, how do you say that? Or S. What is that word? I never seen that word.
Starte. Which
What is that?
trying to remember. I know
A what?
Astarte.
Astarte.
Oh, Astartes. Oh my gosh, Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
Goddess of war and sexual love.
Who said that?
That was Dark Nova Dragon.
You degenerate. You fucking degenerate. The
Wow.
Emperor would be pleased.
Tony Gazelle is so happy you're using that Bowflex. Rogue Raven says.
Oh, I'm sure.
We also want to thank our boosters. Actinova, Stormwolf Song, The Mariner, Hypernova, Tear and Death, and Soda Pop.
Yes, sir.
That's right, Mariner. We love you too, dude.
Yep.
Yep. And it doesn't go unappreciated. It fuels my need to fill my cup of salty tears. And then Rogue Raven says he was the one that really pushed people to buy that equipment, right?
I
Question
don't
mark.
really know.
I mean, I do remember those infomercials from the early 2000s.
Shoot, as far
Along
back
with
as the
other things.
90s.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, I was only a child when the 90s were around, so,
Fair.
Technically, so was I, but an older child.
Yeah, well,
in the 90s,
Does being
Yeah, I
a
was in high school.
man-child count?
you should have graduated in early 90s.
94.
You were a child?
Well, I mean, it's, 17.
Well, okay.
There's Tear and Death. Tear and Death comes back. He actually heard his name and said something. A man-child? Question mark?
Apparently.
That's what I said too. So
Okay. So Harry Potter, you thought he died and went away as far as the story is concerned, but it is back. And this is a story that keeps on giving.
It sure
Oni.
does.
Yay.
Is this yours or is this Heroes?
Really, I think it's a general one.
It's a general one for everybody?
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Okay.
I-
So apparently, the new Harry Potter TV series with J.K. Rowling at the helm, meaning she is in charge. So why is she upside down and have like a white dithered back? Anyways,
Because
I don't know why she's hanging
you
upside
can't
down.
escape her.
Oh, okay. She didn't really do anything wrong the last time. They were attacking her, so I don't know what the deal is here. So is this a good idea, guys? Let's go around the horn here. Let's start with Soda because we haven't heard a lot from him tonight.
Is this you say series?
Yes.
Like where's it starting?
It's a reboot.
That is a great question.
They're rebooting it from the beginning.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, if it wasn't for Nova, I probably would have never watched Harry Potter. So I'm still confused why they have such generic names, and then you got Hermione that you can't ever like remember her name until like four, and well, it's probably about the fourth movie. I was like, oh, that's how you say it. You got Harry, you got Ron, and you got Hermione. Like, what the fuck? So I don't know. I It'd be something to watch. Not
Are you
anti
going
Harry Potter, so
right? One series per book, Rogue Reagan says. So the first equals book one. The first season equals
season
book
per
one.
book.
Right. Why
So-
do they need to reboot it? Dark Nova Dragon says. And then yep. Deep Dive Gaming or Mariner says money. So I don't disagree with that.
give us some fucking money.
Yes, exactly, Soda. Perfectly well said.
No problem.
Yeah. So making it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain. Gonna make it rain in here. Make it rain.
Depending. Where are they gonna put it? Who's gonna have it?
Max.
HBO Max? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
They dropped the HBO part of Max.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, that just happened apparently.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Did
Yeah,
not know
that look on your face, Oni, is entirely my thoughts on it.
You drop the part everyone actually fucking knows. If someone just mentions Max, I'm gonna be like, what
Cinemax?
the fuck is Max?
Cinemax?
Max Payne? Question mark?
Late night? Cinemax?
Skinamax.
Out?
Skinamax.
Mm-hmm.
Max Idiocy?
Right?
Max
Where you see a
and
movie?
cheese?
Maxi Pads. Rogue Raven says.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Like,
Don't be a pussy.
anyways, it's
Watch
HBO.
Max.
I don't fucking know.
So I think is that all of your thoughts there, Soda?
I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm not a big Harry Potter nerd, but Nova, which is not in here,
Harry Potter.
I'm sure he would have a fuck ton to say about this.
I'm sure.
Where's Nova? The other Nova.
Well, okay, so
The LA Nova Squad.
my thoughts on this are
Wait, I do have. Are they gonna have Darby in?
I don't know. I'm not
Who?
particularly a
Darby.
Dobby,
Dobby,
Dobby?
same thing. Darby, Dobby.
probably.
What the fuck?
Whoops.
You expected me to get Dobby out of that?
Yeah.
Anyways, continuing on.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself now.
To be honest, I'm personally not a huge Potter fan myself. But I've been kind of following this madness because I've found it very curious. Nice sweat drop there. To explain why this is happening, this has been an idea that HBO has been kicking around for like 10 years, and they did not commit to it because they did not think it would go, just based off of the way Fantastic Beasts as a franchise was going. But then let's just point at the success of Hogwarts Legacy, and that sealed it for them. And J.K. Rowling blessed off on it on the condition that she was executive producer, and which means that she's at the helm of the entire story. She's not going to let her story go off the rails like so many other franchises that got bought out by people have. To let's just say that whole Hogwarts Legacy boycott thing, that magnified the success of that game to levels that it would never have seen. Yes, like The Witcher.
Wait. What happened with The Witcher?
Tyrion Death is saying like The Witcher. Their audio is a little delayed on their side, but I was talking about how it wouldn't go off the rails, and well, The Witcher kind of really went off the rails.
What?
That being said, I'm just gonna go with, I think there's a lot of potential in this. And logically speaking, not saying that I agree with the whole thing, because a lot of Harry Potter fans are like, nobody wants this. Why do we need this? Why are we doing this? To me, it makes logical sense because you cannot condense everything in a book into a 2-hour movie. And they cut out from everything I understood, like talking to people that watched these movies and read the books, they cut out so much from these movies. There was so much context missing that they, if they had, would have, made the story that much better. You can't do a book and a movie correctly, and a TV series can. You have potential for being able to do that. And that's why I think that's actually a brilliant idea. There's a lot of potential for this being good. Do I think it'll be good? I don't know. But there's potential for it to be being very good. And there's a lot of potential for buco bucks in this, for not just J.K. Rowling, but for HBO.
Give us some fucking money, please.
Oh yeah, and about 100 sex scenes. I'm sure. I mean, look at Game of Thrones.
Oh, I'm
And
not
if you
talking about
don't-
Harry Potter. I'm talking about The Witcher. I hope there's not
Oh,
100 sex scenes. And is there? If so, I definitely want to go read the book.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Anyways, I'm off the soapbox. There's more I could say about it, but I'll dish off Oni.
Welcome to Laggin' Out Live. I'm Chief, and to my right is Blacklight Oni. Below me are two sex addicts, Hero and Soda Bob. Just kidding. We're talking about Harry Potter, the TV show. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? If you are new and you like our format and our show, don't forget to bang that follow button right there. And if you really love us, give us some fucking money.
Give us some fucking money.
All
Did
right,
you say
Soda,
was
thank
the
you so
sex
much for
addict
that.
again there, Soda?
What? It wasn't me.
I think
We're talking about that.
I
But
think he was projecting.
I haven't
Yeah,
had sex
Astro
in like
for-
13 years.
Oh, good Lord.
right, it's true. All right, Oni, what do you think about this turning into a TV series? What is your opinion on it?
Uh-oh.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Terribly sorry, I was munching on pumpkin pie.
That was perfect fucking sound effect for that. Go ahead,
What?
Oni. I hit the Jeopardy theme because you weren't, like, you paused for a second and then it wasn't working, so the Jeopardy theme was playing. So, but yeah, go ahead. What do you think about Harry Potter being a TV show?
I didn't read any of the books after the third book. I didn't watch any of the movies after the third movie.
You gotta get swifty in here.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't. I've read the wiki pages. Okay, yeah, whatever. I know they left a lot of things out. I disagree that all movies that are based off of books do badly, because
I would clarify that I don't tend to project that.
But there's a but here for Oni, I think.
And I don't think it's a good idea for a couple of reasons. So I don't know if I don't care if it's a spoiler alert. If you haven't read the books, you're probably not going to, no offense. So I'll save you the time. It's all a giant flashback. It takes place in the 90s. So
right.
You're going to have to do a lot of that redressing to make it timely. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think the problem is by taking something out of the time it was made. So Harry Potter books were written through the 90s into the 2000s. Movies were produced from the 90s
Thank you,
into
Mariner.
the 2000s. The thing is that you're trying to essentially reinvent the wheel. One, I'm really sick and tired of all these fucking reboots.
Right? I agree. We hit a hype train, by the way, Oni. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we have a hype train. Go ahead, Oni.
Oh, hey. I wouldn't mind reboots if they weren't every fucking movie, every TV show, everything. It's so fucking annoying because
Especially
all they're
the
looking at is
live-action
them.
ones.
Yeah.
Especially from going from an animated or comic book style. Because for some reason people go, oh, it'll be a one-for-one. No, it's not. You are incompetent if you think it is. You are deluded.
Thank you, Tierndeth.
I don't think it's bad in and of itself. I don't think it's a good idea. For starters, you're basing it strictly on one game. Kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
The whole point of reading the books is that you can get more of the flavor of the world. You get more of what's going on behind the scenes, the things that aren't the side quests, essentially. The movies stick to the main quest mostly. One thing I remember in particular from the second book that got cut was Nearly Headless Nick has a death day party, and some of the students are invited. They don't have that in the second movie for a couple of reasons. That would be extra world building. It doesn't necessarily add to the main plot, but it does add to the world itself. It adds to the characters, which is just as important.
Right.
But by putting it on the screen, you're kind of taking the magic of what it could be. The anticipation of something, the suspense, is what keeps people coming back. But if you give it to them, then it's over. Like, okay, they've got that euphoria, but then it's over. If that's even what they liked. Maybe they pictured it differently. And with this new generation of readers, I think to an extent, leaving the movies where they are, where that story was, is just as important because you see a bit of what was going on at the time. You see more of what the storytelling was like. You see more of the special effects. I mean, the original Star Wars trilogy. They haven't rebooted that in terms of we're going to recast everybody and we're going to try to extend more of it to get more of that money out of it. They couldn't do it because
Give
the
us some
magic
fucking
was
money.
too good. But they're willing to do it with everything else. Even Pride and Prejudice or other, like, I'm going to take a total swerve for lack of a better term, like the more historical books. There was this whole revival of Jane Austen works, and it's fine, but they left it where they were. They haven't made a new Pride and Prejudice every 2 years. They haven't gone and made another version of they do A Christmas Carol a lot because it's Christmas. They tried to make a sequel, but they didn't at least reboot Hocus Pocus. At least they didn't reboot it. So with Harry Potter, I don't know, and especially because some of those who originally were in the movies are no longer with us, I don't know if I feel very good about them rebooting the series. Who
I'm
could
only
you
gonna
possi-
watch it. I'm only gonna watch it if Hero is Hagrid.
But
Good
here's
luck with
here's the
that.
thing. After a performance of Robbie Coltrane like that, I mean, who could possibly, literally or metaphorically, fill those shoes? He had such a presence on the screen and in young people's lives. To believe that they could be something bigger and greater than what they were, and he left us with a beautiful legacy. The actor of Uncle Vernon, same thing. He was actually a very sweet man, apparently.
Yeah, they're never that like the characters that they are. I mean, that's what makes them good actors, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Because some of them are no longer with us, I feel like the original Dumbledore. I mean,
Right.
some of the magic, I think, is in the fact that all we have of their legacy is what they've left behind. We can't go out and meet them anymore. They're not going to be in any new performances as themselves. I really hate the fact that these AIs or these programs are trying to recreate human voices. Dangerous levels here. But I feel like they should have left well enough alone. But I'm a minority in that because I don't really care about Harry Potter, and I don't really watch TV. I don't have streaming services, so I'm clearly not the target audience. So
You basically live in a cave, so yeah, essentially.
I mean,
21st century. But she has roller skates that actually have metal wheels.
no, I cannot
Wow.
roller skate. I can rollerblade, not roller skate.
Rollerblade. You can rollerblade?
I can
Awesome.
rollerblade. I can also ice skate.
Same. Anyone else?
So-
Hero, can you ice skate or
I can
Soda?
ice skate and rollerblade.
Awesome. Soda?
Oh, I can rollerblade. I've never had the opportunity to ice skate, so I would love to. But
The very first lagging out hockey team. Here we go.
Oh, that
We
would be
need-
a shit show and a half.
We need two more players. We need a goalie and a one more a forward. Yeah.
Quick chat. Who wants to volunteer?
A Rogue Waven just
I can't promise you fame or glory, but I will guarantee you a glorious death.
I'll be your Goldberg. That's what she said. Definitely. But yeah, I don't have an opinion on this. I don't. It's not a stream. It's on the streaming service. You said it's on Max.
Cannot believe they shortened it to Max. That's so fucking stupid. That's like
Yeah, that's so
IHOP.
dumb.
This reminds me of IHOP versus IHOB. Fucking stupid.
It was so stupid, and
But hey, what
I
do I know?
honestly thought it was real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't have an opinion on it. I don't have Skinamax, so I probably won't watch it. So I'm so over the streaming services because there's so if you buy every single streaming service, it costs the same as if you were going to have cable anyway. So
more
I'm
at
like,
this point. More at this point.
I was paying $300 a month for DirecTV. So
What?
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
So
yeah, I think ours is about 220.
but yeah, if you go with like the no ads version of Hulu, you're paying almost $70.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Bruh, I only use YouTube and
Right.
Twitch. With the bills I have, and most people will go, you don't have that many bills. Extra $70 to $100 to plus dollars on
Yeah.
most TV shows I'm never gonna fucking watch. Look, I
Right.
found out apparently, Puss in Boots: The Final Wish or The Last Wish is on DVD now. That brings a smile to my face because I did really love that movie. That was a very good movie. I could just buy the fucking movie. I don't have to
It's
buy
on Netflix.
all I don't have Netflix.
Oh.
When I say I don't do it, when I say I
Do you
watch
chill?
on YouTube, I say I watch with ads YouTube. I'm not subscribed to premium. I don't do the YouTube music. I don't do any of that shit. I just skip the commercials and then I bitch about it and then do nothing about it
excuse
like
me.
everyone else. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Discovery. I don't have Disney. I don't have HBO Max. I refuse to call it Max. That's stupid.
Right.
No, I don't have any of that. Anyways.
Whoa.
She was already done.
Yeah, it's the new topic. That's a new topic, Bell, I guess. And just so you guys know, this next topic I have a lot of opinions on. So if you've saved your biddies and want to mute a mouth, it's 950 tokens. But I'm going to warn you guys, this next topic that we're going to be doing, I have a lot of opinions on it. We're going to be talking about the new phase of Marvel.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah.
Can it phase out?
Phase out. Now, this is not 100% accurate. This was just a projection for Phase 6, but I can definitely tell you for Phase 6 that there's going to be, the beginning is going to be, or the second movie of the second Phase 5 or 6. I don't know what we're at right now. But
God damn it.
It's going to be Fantastic Four, and it's going to end with the Kang Dynasty and the Avengers Secret Wars. So there are some in here, like the Marvels are in there as well. And there is a lot to talk about here. And I'm sure everybody wants to talk about different parts of the next phase. But yeah.
There's a lot there, Chief, but I don't want to burst your bubble because I love how excited you are, man. But Phase 6 is already here, man.
I know.
It started with Ant-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about the second movie, so Phase 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the next movie I'm referring to is Fantastic Four. I don't know what the title is, but
Turn Death. It was all TV shows. That's what Phase 5 was.
That's what Phase 5 was, yeah.
It had Black Widow.
4?
It had
Here we go.
The Eternals. It had hold on.
It was a combination. Blade never made it to be. Daredevil never made it, but Loki, She-Hulk, what were the other ones? Agatha never came to be. Thunderbolts never came to be.
I'd watch Agatha.
But Miss Marvel.
Coming, I thought.
Okay, Miss Marvel. The Marvels are coming. WandaVision, like all those were part of Phase 5.
Clarification: we're talking about Phase 5, not Phase 6. Phase 6.
I was so fucking confused.
Yeah, your reaction made me think. Wait a minute. We got numbers fucked up here.
I was talking about Phase 6. I thought we made a mistake yesterday talking about Phase 5, so I was talking about Phase 6. So it is Phase 5. Okay, no worries. That's my bad.
Also, why is Eternals up there again?
What's that?
So we were just gonna skip Phase 5. And Agatha? You don't know who Agatha is? Wow.
I know who Agatha is.
No, deep dive.
It's a very underknown/unknown character. Like I had to look her up.
And it's the antagonist of the Scarlet Witch.
It's a what?
Agatha Harkness is a powerful magic user, and you can basically credit her for causing some of the most mental and physical distress to Wanda Maximoff in the series, most of the incarnations of Wanda, because Wanda is a mutant, but Agatha introduced her to magic, and because of Wanda's mutation essentially having to do with chance, it caused a lot of issues. And so, she she really screwed with Wanda's head. It's actually really fucking sad because Wanda became incredibly powerful, but she was not mentally prepared for any of it. And it caused a lot of heartbreak for her for a long time. Yeah, bad woman. Bad woman.
Nice save by Hero, by the way. Thank you for that.
She was in the series too.
Yeah, she was. They were hoping to get a series out of her.
As far as I know, that hasn't been canceled. Secret Invasion hasn't been canceled. Echo hasn't been
obviously
canceled.
Not.
How are they gonna do a Loki season 2?
Huh.
I if anyone's ever seen that's a pretty definitive ending, but we all know how Marvel does, and they can do the multiverse bullshit and bring people back now. So, not to spoil anything, but Loki's been around for a while. But
that's the problem with the multiverse stuff.
yeah,
Once you crack that open, you have essentially broken the continuity and rules associated with storytelling. So what's the point of sticking to anything? And I get really irritated with that. I thought we already did Age of Apocalypse with the X-Men. I could have sworn that was the last thing that they did with the reboot of the X-Men.
But Disney's basically saying, hey, everything before we bought the IP, ignore it. That's exactly what they're doing.
Again?
Wow.
Are you fucking serious?
That's what they've been. That you just assume that out the gate.
But why Apocalypse? Always, if it's not Dark Phoenix, it's Apocalypse. I'm gonna.
That's where they make their money, probably.
I have a slightly controversial opinion, probably.
Okay. May I, before you jump to your opinion?
Sure.
I can tell you why Apocalypse and why Dark Phoenix. It's because those are the most popular comic runs, and they're banking on, if they can tell it right, lightning in a bottle a second time.
But that's the fucking problem. They fucking can't. Those are massive stories told over several issues spanning multiple comic lines. How the fuck are you going to be able to tell those stories? Because, I can tell it. Really? What makes you so special from the last two folks who tried to do it? That's right, fucking nothing. If you start out with big guns like that, you are dooming yourself to failure. Start with something smaller. You could start with, I'm not saying you have to start with the, creation of the X-Men. That'd for starters,
in and of itself,
that's going a little far back. But you could start with some of the more famous X-Men villains. You could start with, I wouldn't say Mr. Sinister level is a famous, but what about the Morlocks? I don't know if I've seen the Morlocks make the big screen. Maybe I missed that. I probably did.
Honestly,
you could start with that.
They haven't.
You could start with that, because then you're starting off with good guys and neutral party, which isn't necessarily good or evil. They're just trying to survive out there. And they have some really cool mutants that are really underappreciated. You got Callisto, and you also have, I am forgetting his name. I see his face. Damn it. That'll come to me probably in a week. Anyways, you start with that, because then you can show the rules of the universe, the fact that there are mutants that are more openly acknowledged and those that are not, that they walk different paths. And you can introduce Magneto, of course, because, you've got to have Magneto, who is not a villain. He is an antagonist and an anti-hero, but not a villain, usually. But why would you start with Dark Phoenix or Age of Apocalypse? You're setting yourselves up for failure.
Those are some big, you're right. Those are some really big, massive story arcs. Those should be the culmination of everything when you intend to close it out and not do any more. I'm
And
with
you
you on
should
that.
be telling it throughout the precursor movies. You need to prove that you're not going to fuck it up, that you're not going to shit the bed.
So my thoughts in if they were, I feel like they've come way too late to using this ace in the hole with X-Men, because
You said hole.
because you've got, first and foremost, what people don't realize most likely, because the majority of the world they didn't come from the comic book world. They came into the Marvel universe as fans of the movies, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But that demographic, what they don't know is that the Avengers were like the B or C team. They were the B or the C team of Marvel Comics. Your top IP coming out of Marvel Comics: Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, and on top, the top dog on top of the mountain, well, honestly, sharing the peak of the mountain with Spider-Man, was X-Men and Fantastic Four. The truth of the matter is if they were going to bring in Fantastic Four and X-Men, because I already know, like, it's already confirmed that they're trying to squeeze in the X-Men and the Fantastic Four into their cinematic universe now, is if they were going to do that, they should have paused their progress with the Avengers storyline and looped in X-Men and Fantastic Four. That could have stretched out their run, and they could have done a co-run, like side-by-side concurrent run with the storylines from Fantastic Four and X-Men. If done correctly, there's an important point there. If done correctly, and then come around after building up their stories from all three lines to Avengers Endgame and Dark Phoenix and Apocalypse. And I wasn't a very big Fantastic Four fan, so I don't know what their biggest run of Fantastic Four was. I'm not familiar with them as much.
Doctor Doom.
I mean, he was
yeah.
a
I would
big
argue,
bad, but I wouldn't say that
yeah,
he
but
was. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think now. Well, okay, yeah, you probably could argue that the story with Galactus is probably their biggest one. But I mean, you know, he eats planets. It's pretty fucking big. But with Doctor Doom, it's more the, I guess, physical and political dance that they all do. Fantastic Four is highly respected, but to my knowledge, I don't know if it's been the most popular in a very long time. I think it was really popular. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I was just peanut gallery commentary. I mean, you're right. It hasn't been very popular in a long time, but that's kind of because of the
thing is that
of three of them.
Not just that. I don't think it's that. I think it's because it was a very timely piece. You're talking about a comic that was written in the time of the space race. The question of what could be out there. What could happen if humans got involved? What if humans came in contact with something bigger than us? Because at the same time, you're also having the first prints of Daredevil. You know, you're seeing the first, second, and finally successful editions of the Incredible Hulk finally launching. That's, you know, fears of atomic energy. But with the Fantastic Four, it was a lot of science and a little bit of that, okay, yeah, cartoon adventure. But then it's like, well, okay, we have these powers. Now what do we do with it? That's hard to translate into the modern era when it's a different set of challenges, especially because, I mean, humans have gone to space how many times now?
Oh, yeah.
We have telescopes that see so far beyond that we've seen constellations and bodies and dark holes and things galaxies away. So the mystique is a little bit gone now. You would have to find a new way to tell it. But the thing is that what made Marvel phases 1 through 3 so special was because they wrote them with intent.
Yes.
They knew they only had X amount of time to tell that story. They needed to make sure they had enough things connecting where you start to see the picture develop. But you couldn't put your hand out there all the way. You got to save a little bit. Got to save it a little bit so that it still entice them in. But with the explosion of the streaming services, which I think would be easy enough to say was pressured because of the pandemic, but it did offer the opportunity for more storytelling. Didn't make it better, just more stories. They haven't been as full of intent on the big picture. They're trying to look at as if they're all individual stories, when it should be, how is this individual story going to impact the big picture? They've got too many things going on at once, and they have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I don't
And
think
again,
they have a
how do
plan.
you top a universe-changing event? I don't know what they were thinking. They're like, oh, we could totally go on after this. Okay, yeah, but everyone's going to be fucking depressed. But okay.
I feel like they honestly haven't had a plan all of after what was going on with Phase 4. I just feel like there was no plan. And that's why Phase 4 ended up being a shit show and they ended up losing money on it. Let's be real. I think also we should get some input on the generic topic of what we've been going down from Soda and Chief, and then possibly look at the Marvels trailer because I have some things to say.
We have the Marvels. I don't have the Marvels trailer. I have to go look for
I
it.
thought that was planned. I could look at
If it was, it's not in there. So
well, could we look for that? I gotta
yes.
go and answer my door.
Yeah, but
Let you be an actual cat.
we could talk about the Marvels a little bit here. From what I saw, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But
Not exactly a compliment.
no, but if you ever watched Miss Marvel, that the actor that plays Miss Marvel, I just want to pinch her cheeks because she's like on cloud 9. Go ahead.
I've heard they're a delight. I've heard that they love the character, and I do really appreciate the things I have seen of the costume. I'm glad they didn't just stick to the generic neoprene or odd textured material to make it seem like it's carbon fiber. I'm glad they stuck to the traditional textiles. It adds such a flavor to the character and to the costume. It looks cohesive to the story. And I really appreciate that. So even though, unfortunately, she has not had very good characterization regarding video games or certain spin-off comics, it seems like this is one time where the medium to big screen version finally got it right. And it probably has a lot to do with the actor.
Right.
That's a lot of work. It's actually really impressive to essentially single-handedly, for metaphorically and literally, have a character actually be likable that most people were really either tepid or disliking of. That's a really good job.
I felt like the Marvels show was a litmus test for testing people to see if they're racist or not, because they were really pushing that angle and no one took the bait. I'm glad they didn't because the writing was good. And I particularly enjoyed it. I don't know how accurate it is to the comic, but the show itself was, I think, well done. And um I think they greenlighted a second season for her, but I think it was great. And the fact that you could tell when someone really enjoys what they're doing when they're in that. I think we were discussing this last night, Oni, particularly me and you. You can do a part, but if you don't love the part, like you're going to be losing. You're going to lose something in the translation or the iteration of the performance, right? That's what we're really talking about. And I think her being so ecstatic, being part of the Marvel universe, is really coming through in her performance. It's essentially what you said, basically. But for a
Yeah,
little bit of
I will
context.
say, with the comics, if I recall, you said in the show, Kamala Khan is the first introduction of a true mutant, correct?
Hey, spoiler. Yeah, at the end they hinted to that.
Okay.
The grandmother reveals
technically,
that to her. Yeah.
From what I've heard of the comic, and don't quote me on this, what I remember hearing was that she, in the comics, is not a mutant. She is an inhuman and was mutated by the Terrigen gas. What that means is somewhere along her family tree, someone had some relations with an inhuman, a different species. And with the reaction, living on Earth probably doesn't do much. But with the reaction of Terrigen gas, which is a special thing, I don't really know too much about it, it unlocks, they form like a chrysalis and they metamorphosize essentially and gain powers from that. Sometimes it goes really badly. Sometimes it goes really well, like with Kamala Khan. So she's technically an inhuman and human hybrid from, some generations back. Someone had that, but
Awesome. So along those lines, that is an origin story. Kamala Khan, first of all, is not well, let me rephrase that. Kamala Khan is a very, very, very recent character. She was literally a Mr. Fantastic knockoff initially. They changed her powers for the MCU completely. And that's one of her origins, to be sure. One of her other origins is that she comes from an alternate universe, an alternate dimension. And the world that she comes from is called Paradise or Utopia or something really fanatical. And like her parents in that universe is they make it a huge story point for fucking Marvel Comics reasons. Her parents happen to be two women. They come from a world where it's just all women, and they procreate with just women. I guess they made it a huge story point. They brought that to. They made a whole story arc out of that concept that she comes from an alternate dimension of all women.
then they would all be clones.
I don't even know a lot of detail. Kamala Khan as a
Giggity,
character
giggity, giggity.
is just, it's a character that I dislike in the comics completely, because the only reason she exists is because the chief executive editor of Marvel Comics at that time created the character, and it was her self-insert character. And the comic line never did well. That was another one of those comic lines where every time the sales just plummeted, they'd reboot the comic and start it off with a new first issue. Now, I have hopes that the character can be much more popular in the MCU, especially because the actress is absolutely phenomenal and owns the part. But I said this before in our like little production meeting on this. I feel bad for her because her debut in the MCU movies is the Marvels. And let's watch the trailer and we can commentate on that.
I have an opinion on that as well. And this is where it gets good when people have different points of view, because that's how our viewership goes up when I'm wrong. So let's take a look.
Captain Rambo? What the hell are you doing?
Entering the jump point perimeter. I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury. Hello?
Monica.
Hello?
Why? Sorry.
Captain Rambo?
Is this an Avengers test?
Where's Captain Rambo?
What the? Hi.
We're looking for Kamala Khan.
Okay, so our powers are entangled. I can manipulate light energy. And I could totally show you. No! Not again! Hi.
Where's our daughter?
Wherever you were.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
All right.
Yeah! That was awesome.
All right.
They only used 2 out of the 3 logos.
Okay.
That's awesome. Wow, Brie Larson can actually emote and not have a resting bitch face. She actually learned how to act. That's amazing.
You're trying to bait me in, sir. let me make good on your bait.
Okay.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due on this one. Somebody grabbed Brie Larson by the ear and pulled really hard and told her she needed to fix her facial expression because the fucking woman was a piece of wood in Captain Marvel 1 and nothing but resting bitch face. Completely unlikable. And now you actually see her smile. The 8 seconds that you see her in this trailer, by the way, I don't know why she's only in her own movie for 8 seconds. I'm sorry, her own trailer for 8 seconds.
By design, less is more, right?
I maybe one could hope, but she actually smiled. She actually showed facial expression when she was frustrated or upset or terrified or like confused as fuck. But she actually is starting to have depth of character. Somebody like grabbed her by the ear and told her she needed to not fuck it up.
It's like, bitch, do you still want to do Nissan commercials? Do you still want to do Nissan commercials? Or do you want to be a big girl and do movies?
Oh, I think Tyrandet's implying that she's got something hiding in her hair, telling her what to do and when to do it, like Ratatouille.
Oh, kind of like Ratatouille?
Yeah, that's exactly it. But maybe, possibly. I don't know. It could be that she learned a valuable lesson, or here's another theory. Another theory is that the character was unlikable by design for Captain Marvel 1. I don't love that theory. I don't love that theory, but there's a possibility that she's got more range than what we have seen. Now, there's a few scenes in there where I was just like, what the fuck? I'm sure
Hero, you ignorant slut. No, I'm just kidding. It's a Saturday Night Live reference. But go ahead.
I just, that first scene where they did the position swap, where Monica Rambeau ends up on a moon somewhere. What the fuck was that? Were they like, did they go and rent the fucking Putty Patrol from Power Rangers to charge in at her? Like, seriously, there was two sequences where I saw that and I'm like, what is this, from the Power Rangers or some shit?
Enter random bad guys here, paint them blue. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, like that's just bad. Like, that looks so fucking cheap to me.
They're not going to reveal who or what they are at this point. It's called a teaser trailer for a reason. So
I'll give you that. Don't get me wrong, I will give you that.
What they're doing is giving you a little bit nuggets of the story. So, okay, here's a rough guesstimation of what happened here. I missed because I turned my head at the wrong point where she goes through that like vortex and they switch sides and stuff. I was confused that that Miss Marvel knew who Nick Fury was, and I was like, wait, is there a past there that I missed on the show? And I'm like, okay, let me just assume they know each other, and then I was kind of confused, but it doesn't look like a girl power movie, although I think that's what they're trying to do. I think it's more. I pretty much enjoy. I'm not really like all sold on these characters, but I'm all sold on character development. So, the characters being developed in. Hold on, I'm almost there.
I'm gonna let you run with it real quick.
Yeah, the characters being developed in the Marvel Disney Plus shows actually helped me watching them to understand the reference. So, that let me catch up with Rambo and let me catch up with Miss Marvel, knowing their backstories a little bit. So I understood, but the person doesn't have Disney Plus is not going to know that. And usually they kind of dumb it down and they do a reintro of the characters anyway, which is fine. So the characters look like they're developed and yeah, they look fine to me, but go ahead, Hero.
I'm gonna.
And then Oni and Soda.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll dish off to Oni and Soda after this a little bit because
yeah,
I risk running long. For Miss Marvel, like, she completely hijacked this trailer. Like, some people I've heard commentary, Miss Marvel annoys them,
right?
But I argue that's by design. The actress is absolutely adorable.
Yeah, I want to pinch her cheeks. She seems like a really like she permeates like positivity, and
right.
I love people like that. So
like it brings the problem is I feel like Marvel is hammering too hard still on the comedic hook in their not as serious superhero stuff, but I've accepted that brand of humor, but I'm almost feeling like they're hammering it too hard. They're gonna break something.
I don't know. It's all right. It's here and there. It's not completely. I know you said that with the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer last week, and I know you're concerned with the actor going from a TV show to a movie. But if you think about it, a television show is longer, there's more footage, and it's harder to do. So translating to a movie where you're only working a couple of months and doing 2 hours of footage, I think it's going to be a great transition for her. I wanted to get that in, but go ahead, Hero.
It can be and I hope and pray because I like her. I like the personality she brings to the character. I kind of like this version of the character, whereas I've grown over the years to absolutely despise that character in the comics.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But her, I have no concerns with performance wise. Obviously, my concerns are there for Brie Larson because we've all seen that she has a foot and mouth syndrome.
Right. It's like, let's put her in a tight shirt and push her tits up in that scene to get everyone's attention. You know, I'm like,
but you
come
know
on.
what though? I like that they gave her hair in this one.
Yeah, I like the long hair too.
Despise that look.
I like
for
the
her.
short hair on her though. It looks good on her, but I think the character looks good either way. But I think we've gone too long here. I think we need to get to Oni and Soda.
I think Monica Rambeau as an actress, a character, good. So my concerns are the quick scenes that looked cheap to me. Looked like the fucking Putty Patrol. Like, what the fuck?
You got I understand. Yeah.
And that's
Oni,
what I'll say.
Oni, what do you think?
I can see where everyone's coming from regarding Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Because she does emanate that very youthful energy, the very naive character who only knows the hero's winning side. I think, well, okay, yes, I understand. In the TV show, she probably had some, she had to go through some character development. I do not want to see that hope crushed, even though that type of person sometimes does exhaust me because it's just so much energy. I wouldn't want them to feel like their energy has to be snuffed. I think that would be rather cruel. But I think maybe giving her some bite to her bark would be plus. Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, she muted. Okay. Uh-oh.
She said 1 second, so.
Yeah, she'll come back. Now you get to look at me. Ah, that don't work. There we go. Quick switch.
Yeah.
Oh, this 3-shot works. I gotta switch over to 3 shots. This is the right one. The other one's the wrong one. That's weird.
Yeah. I
swore I muted myself. Sorry.
Yeah, you did mute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, the call dropped.
Oh, you're fine.
Of all things, the whole reason we do Zoom is because then I can have dial-in, and then it fucking fails. Bitch.
Whoa.
Anyways, as you were saying, Soda, my apologies.
Oh, I was just saying, we have like 30 people in here. It only shows 10. So please hit the follow button if you wouldn't mind.
The more follows we get, the more people get drug in through the algorithm. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Now back to Oni.
Emotional
sorry about that, everybody.
damage.
Sorry,
My
didn't mean to
phone
push that
apparently ended the call for no reason. I see why she being Miss Marvel is seen as the very childish one, but it's because she's new to the superhero world. I feel like the trailer was just a lot of bright, flashy things. It seemed like they were trying to make it a music video. I don't really know why. I didn't see Photon, and I know her as Photon with Monica Rambeau. The Avengers comic I have has her as Photon. She's been through several different names. Still really cool from what I've heard. But I didn't see her logo on the Marvels. Maybe I missed it. But that seems a little weird that they wouldn't have her logo. I'm just putting that out there. Maybe they were trying to market it to China. I don't know.
China.
Disney is not very. Yeah. So I mean, the trailer had a lot going on. I just. It's a lot going on. I don't know where the emotion's coming from. Everyone talks about with Brie Larson. She seems more angry than anything, or just stuck up. if they want to
Yes.
if they want to play off that, that could be really good. But I don't know. It's not my type of movie, I guess. Which people are probably gonna go, but it's got women in it. You should be able to like it.
Do they
I'm not
still
really a movie watcher.
superimpose her ass?
I
mean, they were
it's not my
talking. I'm
type of
not
thing.
kidding. They were talking about they were having to superimpose her because she had no ass.
Yeah, I saw that in the. I saw some outtakes from the original Miss Marvel, and they were making comments about her rear end. But would they do the same thing about Chris Evans? But
I was just
yeah,
I didn't know if they did that or not.
I did see a lot of things online where people were like, "This is why comics are better than the movies," and they showed Brie Larson's body. And the thing is that I understand people get frustrated when a costume doesn't look exactly like the comic book.
If you're getting,
but I think it's also Sorry?
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say it's ridiculous. If you see the original Miss Marvel, she's 9 heads high. It's ridiculous, and her tits are like double fucking D's, and she's got like a size 0 waist. That is completely unrealistic for a character. So people are looking for an unrealistic body type for this character. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. But go ahead.
I just think it gets really obnoxious because one, if that's all you're really picking out about,
right,
dude, go touch some grass.
Do better.
And go realize that your little porno magazines, it's not reality. It's not reality. Now, yes, the flip side is true too. Not every guy has 6-pack abs.
Right.
It's just unrealistic. We're splitting hairs. And these are also the same people who are probably going, you can't judge me because the XYZ, and it's like,
I like boobies.
Hammer swings both ways. Now you could also say, well, costume department, if you want to make her look a little bit more proportional to typical gazes, then you could add padding. But again, that's not the point. If all you got out of that was looking at someone's ass, seriously, you need help.
Chris Evans, that's America's ass. Remember that term? Remember that in there? They were doing that too with him. But yeah.
Well, I don't know. It was just annoying just because that's all people notice are the what they deem as the sexual traits of another person, and it's in a character. I don't know, but this movie just seems kind of just bland. Again, I haven't really liked a Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy and the original Avengers line from Phase 1. So I hope it does well, but I don't really know if it will because Marvel has lost the plot.
I'd agree with that.
Rogue Raven says, my ass is too thick to have anything 3 sizes too small on it. Second, that's accurate. I would be grumpy if my costume was tight. It's a little tight. Who said? Oh, that was Spider-Man. He goes, yeah, it's a little tight in the crotch. He goes, like you're wearing spandex, bro.
Right.
I wouldn't be swinging anywhere. I'd be in so much pain because I'd be in that tights, like very constricting. I'm not kicking anyone's ass. I'm constantly gonna feel like I'm being kicked in the nuts. Wearing these outfits that Black Widow, Captain America, Spider-Man wear. There's no freaking way you can be able to do anything in a leather fucking suit. Get out of here. Get fucked. There's no way you're beating anyone's ass. You're sweating your balls off in those things. That's all there is to it. Has anyone ever been to a convention? Really Everybody's sweating in those things.
Flavor.
It seals in the flavor, exactly.
Wow.
Oh, shot of Oni.
I'm sorry. Not really, but I'm sorry.
No, you're not. What is that word? I mean, let's be real. If you're
I'm
a
not gonna say it. I can't.
when your woman in your clamorera is sounding like a ska concert whenever you move it so tight. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow, Rogue Raven. Clamorama. You're a clamorama. Shot of Oni again.
Oni's dead.
Oni's dead.
Too sleep deprived for this.
We're not saying it. Rogue Raven is saying it. It's not us.
No, but you're repeating it, so
I have to read it out loud. I have
you're
to
an
read it out.
accessory. You're an accessory after the fact.
I'm accessory after the fact. I'm gonna go get one of Trump's lawyers.
All right.
I don't think you have enough money for that.
That's fake news. I have enough money for that. All right. Anyways,
Nobody's gonna do it pro bono there, Chief.
is there padding here in this shot? I don't know. All I know is that I saw her workout regimen and it's fucking psycho. It's crazy. It's like she worked her ass off for it and she's actually emoting. So like, yeah, being fit for the part is good, but acting the part is just as important.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to do really hard here because she doesn't want to do another Nissan commercial. So, but yeah. Soda, you don't have any real opinions on this?
I do. It had.
Oh, you do?
This is
Okay.
kind of what I went back to. Like, they need to put more characters in. Not everybody knows. If you go back to the kitty cat, his name is Goose. He's fucking awesome.
Oh god, the kitty cat.
Yeah, his name's Goose. He's fucking like, see?
But he's not a cat.
He's a killer cat. I mean, come on.
He's an alien.
He's still a cat
So-
with tentacles out of his mouth. That's fucking awesome. I'm just glad they put him in there. That's like, these are characters nobody knows about, but yet there's just I don't know if he's in the movie like all the way
So-
through because that'd be fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Well,
I'd watch it just for
there's-
him. So
Yes, Flurkin turned up. Thank you for reminding me. This is the scene I was talking about. You can't tell me hey, fucking the Buddy Patrol.
did anybody
I have
actually
coworkers.
watch the miniseries,
Which
or
one?
was I the only one?
Which one?
The one with her, the young lady, the young
Miss
girl.
Marvel?
Miss, I saw it.
Okay, I was just making
Yeah.
sure, like, because I watched it, I liked it. I mean, I thought it was good.
I will clarify my point that I made weeks ago, months ago at this point.
I am confused. Who's the black? Who's she?
The
That's
black
Rambo.
girl is Monica Rambeau.
Photon.
Photon. She was the
She's
black
known
girl
as Photon, Pulse, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. She goes way back in the
Okay.
original history of who Captain Marvel used to be.
Yes.
Goose, the secret Avenger.
Now,
Yeah, I'm happy.
see, there you
for
go.
that.
They're gonna have a whole flock of geese.
Why the fuck are they fighting each other?
I don't know.
It's a training montage.
Oh,
I don't know if you caught that, but that was a training montage.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they didn't
Okay.
include Photon's symbol. What the fuck?
Look at her chest piece on her suit in one of the later shots.
No, on the Marvels, the logo for the movie,
Mhm.
they don't have hers.
It's I think they duplicated Captain Marvel's for it.
Mm. I mean, I'll watch it, but
Oh.
I'm not paying for it if it comes on one of my streaming services. Just for Goose.
But
I have
Go.
coworkers who have T-shirts of him. Much
Sweet.
oh,
respect.
they didn't use Captain Marvel's. Did I miss that? This is weird. Anyways, I will say that while it did not get good ratings, Miss Marvel's show.
Did?
No, it apparently did not get good ratings.
But that's kind of
And
funny.
and that goes against what was publicly stated by Disney, saying that it did, but all of like the rating services actually said that it did not get good ratings. However, I have heard
Goose
that it
right
was
there.
okay.
Wow.
I have heard that it was okay. But that being said, I don't know. I've kind of I don't think that this is going to do great as a movie, but I could still also say that it will probably be decent possibly, or it could suffer severely from the development hell because it's been heavily implied that they've done some massive reshooting because this was supposed to come out like a year ago and has been pushed back 5 times. It is on its 5th established release date.
I'm trying to get the logo like frozen on the chest of Photon. I'm trying to get the logo for Oni, but I can't. That's the closest I can get Oni.
You
But
just try to show her boobs though.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, here's
Yeah.
an easy way. If you
With a
look at
close-up
the
shot, medium shot.
if you look at the I don't know what to really call it, but like the silhouette view, it has their
Yeah.
logos behind them.
Oh, okay.
So Kamala Khan's has her S. Captain Marvel with Larson has the giant star. Photons almost looks more like an arrow.
Yeah, I can see it in there, very slightly, in this shot itself. But yeah, even at the end when they reveal the title page.
That's the thing with the title page. Her logo's not there.
Right.
It's also not what I want.
Cats. See, killer cats. You can't fucking lose with killer cats.
I'm also trying to figure
There you
out
go.
what's the deal with the
Now you can
freaking
see all 3 of
Bollywood
them.
number they're doing in the middle of the trailer.
Oh, yeah, she's got her
Well,
logo
it
right
could
there.
have been them visiting Kamala Khan's place.
Oh,
It could
Oni.
be.
So
So
she can see it or not, but there's a logo. Yeah, that's all.
yeah, it looks
Captain
like,
Marvel's suit's different in this. This is a different suit than in the first part of
I
the
think it's
trailer.
just the poor lighting to cover up the bad visual effects moment.
Oh no.
No, the star is the size of her chest.
I see what you mean.
It's
So
a focal point, so you look at her boobs.
Oni,
I don't know about that.
inside the
Yeah.
A of the Marvels is Photon symbol. I don't actually see Brie Larson / Captain Marvel's symbol in the logo, the title logo.
I'm watching Chieftain screen because I
I'm
was not seeing photons.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
that's Photon's.
That's
logo.
Photon symbol.
Hang on, why is it
It's
not
like a
showing
little
up for me?
flame.
Looks like a diamond kind of.
Keep playing it because that's
It's inside the A.
no, that's I'm pretty sure that's the Captain Marvel one. I don't think that's
I'm gonna post it
unless
in
they
our
made them the
Zoom
same.
chat. So
That looks like Photon's logo right there.
yeah, if you look at the movie poster that are posted
me, it
in the
does.
Zoom chat, they're lit up by their logo. Photons is a flaming kind of symbol. Captain
Yeah,
Marvel's is
that's
a
what
star,
I was just saying.
and then Miss Marvel is an S. And if you look at the name, the title down there,
That's where the S
A-
is.
the A is the A has the Photon logo inside of the A, and I don't see Captain Marvel's.
It's the S right
star.
here. It's not Captain Marvel's star, but the S is the shadow here. That you see, like the logos are behind them. Here's Photons. Here's
Oh, I see
Captain
what you're
Marvel's,
saying.
and then Miss Marvel's is the S right here.
And then you, if you highlight, if I don't know if you can zoom in on that, Chief, the name of the movie at the bottom.
Try.
Gonna be blurry as fuck.
Inside the A is the Photon flame, and then at the end is the S for Miss Marvel, but I don't see the star for Captain Marvel.
She wasn't.
I don't see
relevant
the.
enough.
Yeah.
They're
I'm looking
That
for.
to me doesn't quite look like photons. I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they put them both together or something. But this is what you call the Gestalt theory, by the way.
Hey, G man, what's up, man?
Hey man.
What up?
He's
What
like,
up,
oh boy.
G-Man?
How was your stream, brother?
Going all graphic design on you guys with the Gestalt theory.
Wow.
Explain that to me, sir.
The Gestalt theory?
Yes.
It's basically where you see how that's your mind says it's there, but it's not really there.
Ah.
If you ever
They
look
also
at the FedEx logo, you'll see an arrow between the E and the X.
in the negative space.
All right.
Oh.
It's a good theory. You should look it up.
Also,
Talk about-
they break the 2 font rule.
Yeah, that's just
That's your
bad.
graphic
That
design
logo's
thing.
just- I'm sorry to argue with you guys. I just that
You're
whole
not.
logo's just a fucking mess.
I know. I think we all agree. It is a
How
mess.
can you forget one? Like, how can you forget one of the Marvels? Like, whether it's Photon or not? Like, why?
They're like, I'm confused. This is
So-
good. It's final.
Let's I'm gonna start a fight. I'm gonna start a fight, guys.
I'll pretend to be surprised with the army. Here we go.
There's been rumors that Brie Larson is a raging psychopath to work with on set.
Oh,
And there's been rumors that she clashed horribly with Monica Rambeau's actress, and that she had a meltdown over the fact that all the other Avengers characters, all the other Marvel actors got their own standalone sequels where they headlined their own movie, and Brie Larson has to share the spotlight with 2 other major characters.
Oh no.
Yeah. That is a rumor.
Well, maybe that's why they left her out for being a bitch.
And I have theories as to why it's turned out this way. Many of them can be wrong. Many of them can be right. I don't know. I'll let everybody else be the judge of what I throw out there.
Only decapitating hero in the second round. Whoa.
Wow. Ghost thinks that Oni's going to decapitate me in round 2.
Why? She just bought the flamethrower round 1 over with. Game over.
He's putting $100 on this, Oni. Anyways, my theory as to what's going on is that despite the fact that Captain Marvel was a $1 billion movie, my theory is that the public opinion of Captain Marvel as a movie is that it was absolute trash. It may not be the general, it may just be, barely an accepted thought process. It may not be true, but my theory is that they gauged public opinion and found that the majority of the fans out there didn't actually like Captain Marvel. They went and saw it because it was quote unquote required reading for
Endgame.
For Endgame.
That's why I saw it. That's why I watched it.
I personally agree with this theory. And the fact that this happened is what led to Marvel in the background deciding that her sequel was going to be shared with other heroes to prop it up, because they didn't think that she was a strong enough actress to carry her own film. Let's be honest. My opinion, she was the weakest part of her opening film. And that Fury and everybody else around her made it better.
Probably. I never watched it because of all the bullshit, though.
Any takes?
No, you basically said everything I was wanted to say, but I never get to say it. But yeah.
Wow.
What happens when you share opinions with me, sir?
Well, it happens when I can't get a word in on the same opinion that I write notes for that I can't say, so I'm kind of floundering, you bastard. Why you have to be so smart?
Yeah.
Can we just appreciate how yet another Disney movie is using blue, red, and purple in their poster?
Color theory.
Mm-hmm. Pretty.
Every fucking time. Every Disney movie now.
Good lord.
Well, you got to look at why,
It's like my background, it's the same fucking
Superman,
thing.
they always had red, yellow, blue. I mean, that's meant for a reason.
But red, purple, blue.
Well, red
Every
is love.
Disney
passion, purple, royalty, blue, calmness. So, I mean,
But
unless they
every
just
fucking
happen to,
poster,
well, like I said, it might just be a dumbass graphic designer who thinks gradients are still cool. I don't know.
it's got nothing to do with gradients. It's the fact that every Disney movie has those three colors. Every Avengers movie.
I think what she's
what do you
asking
mean?
for is a bit of creativity from a big goddamn studio.
Well, they
Because
probably
it's
paid
those three colors.
somebody a buttload of money to design that poster. This
Chief's light has to turn green.
but I
Because, like,
really
every
haven't
Mar-
paid much
ev-
attention. So
Every Marvel movie, every Star Wars movie since Disney acquired it has red, purple, and blue. And it's usually in this rule of thirds bullshit of, well, we have to have the good guys on one side, we have the bad guys on in the other, and then we have the big hero splurge, blah, 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 blah. Every one of them. Google it. Look it up.
I am looking right now. Black Widow was all red.
How would it be all red? I thought the whole point was that she's trying to redeem herself before she dies.
So the Black Widow logo is red.
Oh.
So they expanded on it.
Falcon and Winter Soldiers, red, blue, and black, which is kind of weird. They forgot the yellow.
Black Panther, purple.
Purple makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's start
but
a
like
train, guys.
every montage movie, not like Black Panther. He has a logo. Obviously, if you fuck that up, you're stupid. Like Avengers Endgame, Star Wars, Spider-Man.
You gotta get Swifty. You gotta get Swifty in here. Oh yeah. You gotta get Swifty. You gotta get Swifty in here.
Oh, somebody else has to donate. Anyways.
Thank you for the donations, guys. Hero donated. Soda donated. Hero donated back.
Moon Knight was all white.
Yeah, Moon Knight was all white.
That one's weird. Does it link to anything?
Was it on the list?
What?
I don't know. Moon Knight's actually fucking kick-ass poster. Love it. Nice, sleek. Not overdone.
Moon Knight's. I would consider Moon Knight one of the. He's a character that, if done well, has a lot of really cool stuff about him, but he's also a very Deadpool-esque character.
You gotta get Swifty.
Hey.
You gotta get Swifty in here.
The last.
Poor ass chieftain never donates or gives any biddies to his own stream. What the fuck?
I ran out of biddies actually today.
You know, you
gotta
hit
load
that. You hit that buy biddy button.
Oh yeah. You gotta get Swifty.
Rogue Raven with 10.
Oh yeah. You gotta get Swifty. You gotta get
Hero,
Swifty.
eat my
in
ass.
here.
Good lord.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you throwing up the new topic. Before we run away, Oni, did you have anything else to input on this one?
I mean, not really, since I had an opinion and it was wrong.
What opinion? There's no opinion that's wrong.
Right.
Well, I mentioned particular movies, and then you looked at literally every other movie except what I brought up.
I agreed with you. Did you not hear me?
No.
I agree with you.
Me too.
If you think about every Star Wars movie, it's the same shit too. It's the same color Sony's are talking about. It's like all Disney can think of are those three colors. You're not wrong.
That's what I said.
But that's
What's that?
perfectly done.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying. I'm just reiterating what you said. I'm just saying I agree.
I might disagree a bit just because I teach color theory.
Oh, go ahead.
Well,
Oni.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you teach it. But other people just abuse it. It's like using the papyrus font all the time.
That's also
Comic
a no-no.
Sans.
Also, no.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, definitely.
So people are still doing it.
You just get sick of seeing that same color scheme all the time.
Well, yeah, because they also do it in the same fucking style. They have no
Yeah.
ideas anymore.
It's true.
I agree. I think their creativity is fucking gone. I think that they're just artistic pull with their posters, which the whole point is to grab attention, be good, and I don't know. I feel like it should be something new every time, but every time they do a new poster, it's repetitive. The same shit. Just a slightly different pose, but aesthetically, it's exactly the same. At least it feels that way to me.
It's not even different pose. It's the same pose. It's again just more reboots. All reboots. Video games, movies, TV shows. We're just reboot everything instead of coming up with new ideas. And then we're still gonna fuck up the reboot, even though the story was handwritten for you. It was already done. Only time I've seen it done decently, generally speaking, Nintendo. Or the Resident Evil remake for the GameCube, because with that type of voice acting, it was all you couldn't be worse. So I'm trying to tie into the next topic.
Timing was bad there, Chief.
No, I had my volume. I couldn't hear anything. My buttons weren't working.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had this turned off, but I forgot the volume. I had two different volumes I was dealing with.
Yeah. So, Resident Evil 4 remake.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh.
My drive must have went out and went in again. Sorry, guys. I'm having... All right, it's working now. Never mind. Go ahead.
I need... Oh, hey.
What are you looking at?
I was looking at our hype train.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
40 seconds. Can we get to the next level, guys?
Yeah, that's 2 hype trains in one night.
I know.
Crazy.
Someone said I'm so fucking
Okay. Well, let's try to speedrun some of this. So, hey, Resident Evil 4 remake. Hey, anybody like that shit? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a total train wreck? Honestly, I think the only train wreck about it is Ada Wong's voice actress in the remake crying racism and misogyny.
Whoa.
Over
And-
the backlash against her voice acting performance.
And for this opinion for Resident Evil, we have the one and only zombie killer.
Fucking crazy.
Just kidding. She loves Resident Evil. I don't know how she would feel about this, though.
Oh my god. Oh Lord. The very
Get muted, bitch.
Whoa.
So we ain't talking about Ashley. We're talking about Ada Wong's voice actress. So according to and I wish that I'd taken the time to actually pull up the 2 clips that were played to demonstrate the absolute atrocity that was the remake Ada Wong's voice acting.
Yeah.
I wish I had taken the time to pull that up beforehand, but I did not. Bad on me.
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Literally,
Do it.
in the original Resident Evil 4, Ada Wong's voice actress goes for the sultry, breathy kind of voice talking to Leon, which honestly seems appropriate. In the remake,
I like where this is going.
bad. Like, very monotone and deadpan in her tone. And then for some reason, when people brought this up, posted side-by-sides of this and played them and said, why is she so bad now? She just turned around and said, hey, I'm the first Asian to represent an Asian in a Resident Evil franchise game, and you guys are just being racist and misogynist.
Yeah, it's fake news.
Who's she, Prosk?
That's,
Oh, God.
God.
I'm just asking. Why don't you like me?
Because your personality fucking sucks.
I don't. I've got nothing on this one outside of I feel like it's obvious that we should all just point and laugh at this dumb broad for fucking being an
We're getting
idiot.
canceled.
No, I'll say the quiet part out loud. I'll say what we're all thinking. This is why diversity hires don't do well.
I'm a diversity hire.
Apparently? Question mark?
So am I.
I was like, so is Chief. Because we have a penis.
Yeah. But it worked out for them because we get the highest marks on our student evaluations.
That's true.
And we never get complaints. We're the only two that don't get complaints in this school.
Could be because you actually weren't a diversity hire. You actually have good qualifications and skills and techniques.
Joe got hired because
You're flattering. Thank you. You're really nice, Tony. But I think Soda got me hired. But yeah.
But I mean, look, just because the character's Asian and you're Asian doesn't mean you're going to do a good job.
Right. Exactly.
Doesn't, okay.
It doesn't.
And then you could also go into, if you want to go really deeper, what type of Asian?
Yeah.
Indonesia's got way different things going on, with flavors, with cultures, with just the feel, the tone, the language, than let's say Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia,
Very
Philippines,
city people,
Korean.
Yeah. So, you know what? It sucks when you get critiqued and people go, "Yeah, that sucked." You could either take it on the chin and go, "Okay, I need some constructive criticism because just telling me I'm bad isn't going to do anything." But what in particular? It was bland. Okay. Maybe I'm not hearing things correctly. Maybe I'm wound up in my ego. Maybe there are ways I can learn. Or this was what was expected of me. Clearly this isn't good enough. Hey, can we talk about redoing the voice and put it as a patch? Because the fans aren't happy. I'm not happy if the fans aren't happy. Because I want to do the character justice, and this isn't how they saw Ada Wong or heard Ada Wong be portrayed. They wanted something with that sultry, husky voice. But I didn't give that. So maybe if we try that, maybe that's what'll appease them. Maybe I've got the chops for that. Or you could say, maybe I'm not cut out for that type of character.
Right.
Fair enough. But to just say it's all about misogyny and racism, are there people probably saying it? Yeah, sure. Do I think it's going to be a majority? No, because it's easy to punch down when that's the popular trigger finger for everyone to use, but they've cheapened it so much you can't listen to them anymore. You can't believe them. It's so hard to believe them. If it were something like, hey, she's receiving death threats, that'd be a lot more concerning. But them just saying that your voice acting is not good, comparing it especially to the original, which I was going to say isn't that old, but I'm scared to be proven wrong on that one. I just can't buy that. I really can't.
Oh my god.
They're not angry at you because you're the first Asian to represent an Asian character in a Resident Evil movie or show.
Also, that's not true.
Or game.
Emotional damage.
They just don't like your performance. And you know what? You're not going to please everybody. Either you train better. Hero, why did you post that? Please, no.
What happened? What was posted?
He posted the date of Resident Evil 4's release.
Oh no, January 11, 2005. What the fuck? Almost 20 years. This is in our production chat, guys.
Say that shit. Fuck.
For the first time ever, Blacklight Oni feels old.
No, that wasn't the first time Trust me, it's not. Where was I in that? I was still in California. My family hadn't moved from California at that point. That's bad. Wow. That's anyway.
California.
That place is fucking gotten worse. Anyways,
Yeah, thanks.
Fire.
New York versus California for the worst state ever.
I just no, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And I'm sorry to her that she feels like she's getting a lot of flack. Welcome to being a performer. You're gonna have to take some of that criticism. I'm not saying you have to use it. You don't have to learn from it. It could have been a directing decision because ultimately they left it in the game. So that's pretty fucking telling. But hey, either you learn from it or you don't. But directly striking back at fans, not the smartest choice. Why does anyone think this ever goes well?
You don't shit where you eat.
No one learned.
Yeah, you don't shit where you eat. It's just they think that they're irreplaceable.
Ask the original voice actress of Bayonetta what happens.
Actors are a dime a dozen. People would give their left nut to get into the position where she is. And that's the same thing with, I think Soda and I have ran into animation students that are the same way. I'm like, no, you're a fucking dime a dozen. You're competing in a global market now, son. I go, you better kiss ass and be happy you eat shit and you smile while tasting it. That's what you have to do when you're in the entertainment industry, because in 3 seconds, you can be replaced. You are not expendable. People will come in for half the pay to get your shit. I mean, you are expendable. People will come in and half the pay and do the work that you do. So shut the fuck up, do your job, and then fucking leave.
Right. Please.
Or you can be me. You can even do it right and you don't get a class. But that's another story for another time. But yeah, I don't have an opinion on this because I don't play Resident Evil, and honestly, I don't give a shit about her. But basically just don't shit where you eat. So did everyone have their own say on this? Soda, did you have an opinion on this? Did you say it already? If I wasn't paying attention.
The only part of this game I watched Mark play the whatever demo, and
yeah,
I'm not a big fan in general, so I don't really.
I'm not. Yeah,
I don't care. It's like you got a fucking job, you got paid for it, so let's
move on.
Go out and fucking bitch about it.
Quit your fucking bitching and be grateful.
Right.
This calls for something we haven't heard in a while on the live.
Garbage human.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Shut up and dribble, bitch.
Basically, that's the one I was looking for. Let's only agree with that sound effect.
Sounds good enough to me.
Good enough if it's good enough for Oni, it's good enough for the podcast. Let's move on.
Good enough for government work.
Right?
That's if they showed up.
If you like our content, and from all the biddies that we're getting tonight, you love our content, please spread the word, because we can't afford marketing. Please tell your friends and tell your friends to tell those friends to come in and never miss an episode of Laggin' Out Live, which starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 7 p.m. Central. And don't forget to miss us. And don't forget all the dick jokes and all the stuff on our TikToks and YouTube shorts that Hero makes me do every Saturday and Sunday, because why have personal time with family when I have to do all the marketing stuff?
Right.
So if you want to help us with marketing, there is a volunteer position available. You just need to message us in Discord, and we will have a quick discussion. It is pretty simple. All you do have to do is come up with a funny title and post on our socials. So go ahead and go into our Discord channel, which the link is on the bottom of the stream. Click there, join, message me, Hero, Blacklight Oni, even Soda, Honey Badger as well.
Yeah.
She's the producer as well. So Just tag any of us, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you to see what we can do. Otherwise, because my mental health is fucking suffering, guys. I need the help, please. I need someone to help put that out, so that way no one kills me with my irritability. And you don't want to have two people in a bad mood on a podcast.
Yeah, we have a lagging out shrink now. So.
Oh, we do have a lagging out shrink now. That's we do. Unofficial.
Unofficial, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is
So,
she? It's fine.
I don't know. I've like
Probably asleep.
dealing with emails. But Oni, you know what time it is?
I don't know.
These
Yeah,
nuts.
that's what I've been trying to fucking
These
figure out.
nuts. I love it when you say nuts. These nuts. The way you emphasize the in nuts. These nuts.
You gotta really elongate it, because that's what they lack apparently.
What the fuck?
All right, here we go. We're gonna run Oni's Yomi.
Did we ever put a soundbite to that, Chief?
Told you once, I'll tell you again. It plays on the stream, but it doesn't play in the it doesn't play for us. The audio runs on the live.
I was gonna say I used to hear the sound to that.
You heard the sound when I played it by itself in a video on my hard drive.
Oh.
But not on the show. Not on the comp. It doesn't play it for some reason. Write a nice Karen letter to Streamlabs for not working and us not hearing it, because it's fucking stupid. Because the sound, like, I want to hear it, but I can't. I don't even hear it either, to be honest with you. So it's fucking annoying. I know. I'm sorry, Hero, but I can't hear it either, and I don't know.
I just forgot. I was like, wait, was there a sound to that before?
Yeah, there is a sound to it, but unfortunately, it's the best bump we have. So it's the best like intro for everybody. So here we go.
Middle finger.
I used to have.
So there's really no easy way to say this, but the creator of the Alice video games through EA has unfortunately had to release a statement basically saying that that chapter of his life is closed. And unfortunately for the video game series, looks like it is for the game too. The highly anticipated, highly supported sequel to the series as Alice Asylum, which had the art book, it had all the notes, the character designs, everything. Apparently wasn't enough, even with the Kickstarter, even with all the backers. Going through the options with EA about getting that game off the ground. And they said, we don't see the game as being profitable. But we also don't see it we don't see the point in selling the IP to have another company work on it or another studio work on it. So we're going to just do nothing. And American McGee said that with that, he is stepping away from Alice. That it's obviously not what he wanted. It's not what he wanted to have as the final word on that page. But his hands are tied, and he's been fighting for about 10 years for that game. And EA gave no leeway. EA did not concede on anything. So he said even if EA ever brushes the dust off the cover of those games to make Alice Asylum, he doesn't want any part of it. It is too painful, too bitter, and he's ready to just move on. So unfortunately, you will not see an American McGee produced or directed game. It's rather It's rather unfortunate. The way I was seeing it, kind of sounds like EA. I don't know which branch.
No, which there's like
Sounds
1,000
personal.
studios. Yeah,
It
it might
sounds
be
personal.
California. Oh, it totally does.
It wouldn't fucking surprise me if it was California. I remember back when some of those gaming magazines were coming out, having ads of Alice, going, "Holy shit, this is a really dark, gritty,
Yeah.
edgy version of Alice. This is really cool."
Yep.
And I always saw it as a very, I don't know how popular it was, but I do know it had a very, very religious cult following. They loved that game. It had style.
Yeah.
My wife
And
played
it
the
is
hell out of that series. She played
it is
the
such
shit
a
out of
shame that it is ending on such a note, because people have waited for years for anything, and EA couldn't give even an inch. It's too profitable, or it's not profitable enough to make a game, but it's also not worth their money to sell or offer the IP up. That just sounds really, really weird to me. That really does. And especially if those first two games did so well or were respected so well, especially with EA's current popularity is the wrong word, but infamy might be better with their former customer or fan base, you might want something to help clean up the act. A game with a well-respected producer who knows the series could have been the best way to do it. Because as far as I'm aware of, none of them had DLCs. It was complete game in and of itself. You didn't have to buy extra shit, pay to win, all that crap. It was the game, and it was playable upon launch. A novel idea. But no, we couldn't do that. So I wish the best to Mr. McGee in his future endeavors. I am so sorry it has ended like this. That I can only imagine the whirlwind of emotions he's going through. I would be going through bitterness. I would be grieving, of course, because of all the things that could have been. I would be infuriated. I'd be insulted. It does sound really personal to me. Like EA just wanted him gone. That they didn't want
Emotional
to have that
damage.
title or that person leading that. So I wish we had better news, but that's the unfortunate reality. Shocker, EA disappoints everyone again.
Soda. Got a take?
Oh, I love the game. Like, I'm kind of disappointed. And I know Nova loves it too. Like, always been kind of a cult classic with me anyway. So I'm kind of with Oni. I'm disappointed, saddened. It was an amazing game. So
Cheap.
I never heard of the game.
oh, go buy it on Steam. It's like they have it on sale for like $3.
I think the
Sometimes.
first was what, Alice Returned to Neverland, and the second was Alice the Madness Returns.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. The first one, I believe, was PlayStation 2 or Xbox
think so.
360. One of those two. So it's been around a while.
Quite a while.
Yeah, I think PewDiePie even played one of them way back when.
Dark and twisted, and it's just a good game.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's not a retelling of
No.
the original story, but I think it's one of those closer retellings, kind of like it feels more like to me a grim fairy tale version of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, no, that's
It
better.
seems like that. Like where the CGI Alice in Wonderland, not Through the Looking Glass, Alice in Wonderland, It's not a retelling of Alice. It's actually the story afterwards.
Right. And
This-
it
This is
had-
similar but dark.
Yes. I'm sorry. I don't mean to trample on you. I got very, very dark vibes from it as far as like the story was told in a way I felt like that wasn't actually spoken. Like I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it to me other than what spoke louder in volumes is what was left unsaid in the story. In fact, implied it was implied heavily, very, very heavily, that the shrink was abusing his position in a very nefarious way. But rather than getting into the details of the game, I'm just gonna say my piece, which again, you said a lot of it for me, Oni. In this case, I'm not gonna deny it. I do think that there's some personal vendettas involved here. Somebody somewhere in power either A, doesn't like this guy, B, doesn't want him to have all the credit, or C, they're just gonna lock it up in a vault like Disney tends to do with IP that they do not want to ever see the light of day ever again.
Yeah.
Chief, you wanna verify the unverifiable of the alleged vault of Disney?
I mean, they have Song of the South, so.
Yeah.
I can't make a better argument than that. But they used to do they actually kind of prided themselves on the Disney Vault back in the day. They would rotate movies in and out, and then they'd be sealed forever inside the Disney Vault. But yeah, Songs of the South is probably one. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They rather it not go out and have someone else make money on it.
Exactly.
And have it like rot on the vine. That's a lot of companies do that. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's
moving on.
The thing.
I mean, EA is just letting everything rot at this point. I mean, even Square Enix, or Enix, however you want to pronounce it.
Neither do I.
Even they sold to the Embracer Group, or at least the American IPs or non-Japanese IPs. Even they sold those.
Ugh. Laggin Out Gaming coming to a store near you.
I was going to say basement, but hey, store actually.
No expansion packs, complete games, minimizing of bugs.
Although we will include cheat codes because we're old school.
Yeah, it's cheap.
You know what? I'll make an argument.
We'll make
surprise you.
Demo games.
I'll make an argument that might surprise you, Chieftain. There might be expansions. There might be DLC, quote unquote, but it ain't gonna be what should have been in the game to start with.
Right. The special
it'll
Oni
be extras.
The special Oni flamethrower edition of her avatar would be something people pay for. And also another thing probably people would pay for is changing your hair, like in the avatar mode, like blonde, black, red, rainbow. Like, wouldn't that be fucking awesome? That was just total off the top of my head.
It would be a proper Laggin Out game if you didn't boot up the game, select Oni as a playable character, and have her have a different hair color every time you did.
Right. She'd be like a Madden, like 99 rank player, or WWE. She's like 99 out of 100. It's like Chieftain rank 47.
The secret character you weren't supposed to get except if you did the cheat code or you did some glitches.
How awesome would the cheat code, like it would come with the Oni character, but then if you play the Oni character all the way through, it unlocks the zombie killer character. The Badger. Oh my God. And then she'll talk like,
the Badger character has to have inverted controls.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Glad she's not up.
She always says sorry and she always says thank you. So those are the two things she said.
She's only said sorry 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 50 times in the last 2 weeks. That's,
That's a cut from 150, right?
Something like
she's
that.
doing better.
It's important. She's got to hit the quota.
She's doing
You know,
better.
It's important.
But yeah,
We have all
what do
good
you
people
think,
on
Oni?
this stuff.
Her
Yeah.
character, if we do a Badger character, has to have inverted controls.
Oh no!
And New Game Plus is playing the game, and it's both of us. It's like Contra.
Yes.
Special power.
I would like that idea.
You get
The
power ups.
The power up is going to be Wonder Twin powers.
Oh God, they haven't heard that like 1,000 times in their lives.
I know, right?
Yeah, especially with my mom. Please, she
Oh,
mentioned
yeah.
that all the time.
She beat the hell out of that one, didn't she?
Yeah. Who do you think raised Badger and I? Nerds. Different types of nerds, but nerds.
Nerds.
Her mother. I can attest their mother has the same taste in the Tokyo toy box because, you know, she loves that store as much as Badger does.
Well, I mean, you have to remember for my mom, it's going to be a little different with. It's kind of like looking at her childhood, and it's something to share with us.
Yeah.
And
I
some
think
of
it's
those
cool as
characters,
shit.
I mean, look, people today some of the weeaboos may think Hatsune Miku is the icon of Japan. That may be true, but we all know the real master, the real face of Japan is Hello Kitty.
At this point,
Okay.
that is not deniable.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty has had a grip on the market for decades. You can't escape her. Snack packs, costumes. She's had to undergo very minimal design changes. Very minimal.
Simple drawing.
Simple styles, reliable characters. It's perfect. And Hatsune Miku can only wish to be in the shadow of Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty will always haunt Hatsune Miku. So just
undoubtedly
keep that in mind, folks.
I did buy your mother a Funko with that
You
character.
know what?
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Which Funko?
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah,
Hatsune Miku.
Cuckoo as it.
I think one of my students asked me, "Do you own Funkos?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, good, because they
Oh
suck."
my God,
I'm
I
like,
was right.
I don't own Funkos.
Oni?
I think there's a style that appeals to a lot of people. I'm just not one of those people. That's all. That's all there is to it. It's okay.
Hello Kitty has been around since
1974.
Wow, it's just as old. It's
Yes,
old as
I know.
soda.
No,
I'm
that's
quite
older
aware.
than me, believe it or not.
Well,
By 1 year.
you said decades, and I was like, decades kind of seems a little low. So I went to double check, and I was right. The 70s.
That's decades. How is that low? Decades. Multiple decades.
Well,
I do not remember Hello Kitty from my childhood.
Well, you have let's think about this for a second. What circles would Hello Kitty have been in? And where were you compared to those circles?
Little kids and pedophiles. Soda.
No,
absolutely
The van,
not.
come to the van, come to the van for Hello
Little
Kitty.
Japanese girls
Whoa.
and their parents. And then it would branch out. And then it wouldn't stop. Because then they came up with, in no particular order, Keroppi, Batsumaru, Little Twin Stars,
Tadaguchi.
Kuromi,
Of course, we didn't
My
have the
Melody,
internet. No internet.
Cinema
either,
Roll,
so.
Jirilu, Pum Pum Pudding.
Pom-pom pudding.
Who's that puppy? I don't remember the puppy, but I see him.
Remember
Scooby-Doo?
so many of them.
Please. And they'll rotate some of them out. So, yeah. Hello Kitty is the master of advertisement in Japan. Pikachu may be close third, but Hello Kitty will remain on that throne. A throne of skulls.
Pikachu!
So
Happy news.
my rebuttal to you insisting that that is multiple decades, yes, you are correct. I'm not arguing with that. Is the fact that it's just that it's been around just shy of 50 years. And that feels like it's worth quantifying to a degree rather than just saying decades. That's why I said what I said.
I don't know how, because it covers it, but also you have to remember media travels differently now.
Much.
She has a more global reach now because of Japan's reach and with marketability.
Yeah.
But she would have remained mostly. Sorry.
I'm just kind of to co-sign that point is the fact that her global reach was as wide as it was without the technology being where it is today is phenomenal. Literally just a year shy of 50 years. And yeah, Hatsune Miku. I don't know why anybody would say that Hatsune Miku is like the face of Japan in comparison.
Well, I think that's just the implication people have.
Rocket Boy.
I'm
Astro
gonna
Boy.
say it.
Astro Boy.
Okay, no, Astro Boy. Astro Boy may not be the symbol of Japan, but he is a symbol of the beginning of what modern Japan could be.
He was created after Reconstruction, so he's older than Hello Kitty, right?
Yes. No, wait.
I think it was the other way around.
I think Astro Boy was written.
I just taught a class. I think it was 1947. I'm not sure.
Damn.
He might be.
Astro Boy's first animation was
wrong.
from 1963, so
Okay.
I think it would have taken place during the Reconstruction period, not
Okay.
quite after. The animation, yes.
Yeah, I couldn't
Osamu
remember the
Tezuka-
date. Yeah.
Osamu Tezuka is the godfather of modern animation.
Yeah.
But I only say Astro
That's
Boy
how
is not
you
a
say it.
symbol of Japan only because
I would give.
he has a very particular audience and appeal. And
That's
Osamu Tezuka really kind of was the guy. Whereas with Hello Kitty, there's a marketability, there's an innocence, and it sticks with people. It's an adult can enjoy it because they remember the simpler times. A child can enjoy it because it's the now. Hatsune Miku is only liked, and I'm going to say it because I see it, for her sex appeal. And yes, I'm going to say it, a virtual character who is in the image of a 16-year-old girl that they put in those outfits and do those things.
Okay.
Totally not disgusting, but whatever.
I'm not touching that one.
I will.
Don't hurt yourself.
I will.
I want to move on to the next topic because it's an awesome topic.
Okay, hold on. I will offer just a counterpoint or at least an agreement with a little slight nuance. I feel like Astro Boy is to boys in Japan what Hello Kitty is to girls. So they're not in the same world, but I feel like they coexist as relative, not quite, but relative equals as faces of Japan.
Astro Boy or Godzilla?
I can't.
Godzilla, but we can't say
I can't.
Godzilla.
Godzilla or Speed Racer?
Speed Racer.
How dare you?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Godzilla more than both of them, but you win that one just by mentioning Godzilla. So, nope, not gonna disagree with you there. Anyways, I'm sorry, Chief. I've held it up.
No, it's okay. Like I love it when Ghost comes in. What did I miss? We don't back teach, so you gotta have to watch the replay.
Look,
so the bigger question for him is, why did you leave?
Exactly.
We're entertaining as fuck, yo.
From Cotton Eye Joe.
How did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
I'm gonna pull a teacher move right here. You two are gonna be proud of me, Soda and Chieftain. Hey, Ghost. You left. You missed out on the class. Ask for some notes from your classmates, bro. No teacher move.
You are correct. You get an A.
Ooh.
You get an A for the stream.
Getting food though,
And you didn't get enough for everyone else, man. I'm hurt.
Damn.
Hurt.
I hurt.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed, Ghost. Everyone loves this story, and if you don't, you're a Nazi.
God damn it, Badger! You didn't use my title.
Welcome back, Mr. Renner. This guy is a fucking walking miracle, I think is an understatement.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's happy that he's up and walking. I can tell the story, but every time I tell a story, I'm always corrected and I'm never right. So I'm going to yield this story to people that are smarter in the room. Blacklight Oni, Soda Pop, or Hero. What do you guys want to take this?
I vote Oni.
Yeah.
I vote Oni.
Shit. So you should still vote anyways. Even though your vote really won't matter, but it'll matter to me.
He's just looking at another screen.
No.
Yeah, Rogue Raven said has such a quick rebound from that accident. It's insane. Wait, isn't that the guy that got mounted by a cat? No, he didn't get mounted by a cat. But
Fucking hell, there goes.
What the fuck?
Seriously?
Oni will explain it to everybody for the class.
Okay, so early January, there were some, I think it was January at this point. Jeremy Renner was caught in an accident. It was turned out he was driving one of those big snowplows, like Govey snowplows, not, hey, Bubba, go get your truck. And I think this was like the Sierra Nevada mountains. So this is a heavy snowfall, okay? And somehow he got run over by it. So after the police did an investigation and he turned out to be recovering, I'm not going to say okay, he had a lot of damage, but he was actually pushing his nephew out of the way so that his nephew wouldn't get hurt. The Renners were actually, or at least Jeremy Renner and his family, were trying to basically help do cleanup, trying to keep the roads clear, try to help people out. And as it turns out, he's been working on a show. And I am so fucking proud of his title. This show, which is on Disney Plus.
Queen of puns approves this show.
Right?
Oh,
it's
shit.
called Renovations. I'm so happy for the title. And basically what he did, it's a show where he, using his fame and fortune, goes to different communities.
Give us some fucking money.
Whoa, dude. Purchases these older vehicles, you know, snow plows or
dude.
work trucks and whatnot. And gives back to the community. Gives back to the community to try to help the youth so they can have an opportunity, to help the communities because they're down on their luck. Teach people good values, help them out, lend them a hand, be there. And we don't talk, we're trying to be a little bit more wholesome in certain ways because, yeah, okay, it's fun to ream on people, but it gets old. It really does when it's the same shit, different day, different name, but it's the same. But then you hear about people doing good things for people. And Jeremy Renner said he just wanted to inspire other people to help out in their own communities. It doesn't have to be with lavish gifts. It doesn't have to be with huge donations. Sometimes it's just being there. And that, I think, especially after the last several years, a lot of people have had, hearing that someone just wants to be there and support you through whatever you're going through, even if they can't fix it, they will be there with you in your moment of need to support you. That means more than money you could ever pay for sometimes. And seeing what seems to be a really wholesome man do really wholesome things for wholesome communities, people who just need a little bit something, a reminder that there are good people out in the world. I think that's really special. That is so undervalued by social media, because media corporations want to sell you the latest and greatest. They want to sell you the horrible thing, the bad news, the must have, the you need this, you don't deserve that. And here Jeremy Renner is, after suffering a horrendous series of injuries, to save someone else, still giving back. Now, I don't know how much of the show overlapped with his accident, but I'm sure it's not a coincidence. But
Absolutely.
to hear that he's just doing his thing, helping people out, being a real hero, that's pretty fucking cool. Okay, that's
Hell yeah.
he's a real fucking American.
Sorry, I had to put that in there.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
It's just
So
for some reason
Loud.
it came in really loud on my side.
yeah,
And it comes
pretty
loud
loud.
on everybody's side.
That's what she said.
So I'm just glad to hear that he's doing so much better,
So does projecting.
and that just these little things, you know,
Always.
the puns, the helping out people with the tools and skills that he's got. That's special. That's really fucking special in a good way too. Positive stuff coming from the nerd community. Finally.
Yes.
I mean, the news report that I read when we decided to pick this topic up initially didn't mention anything about his nephew. All I understood is that he was trying to dig people out that were snowed in.
Well, yeah, that's all they
then-
knew, and that's probably all the police could say.
Yeah, with everything that was going on, like they literally just said that he was trying to help dig people out, and his snowcat ran him over, that he was severely wounded, and there was a very real possibility that he wasn't gonna make it. And then when I read this follow up, that he got ran over because he was saving his nephew, and the description his nephew gave was that the injuries were so much more severe than anybody realized. Like, that damn thing, apparently he had collapsed lung, crushed rib cage.
It's
like
2
it was
tons,
bad.
that thing. It's
Yeah.
not a small... People don't
No,
understand what a
it's not.
snowcat is. It's fucking huge. I think it has treads. I think it has, like, tank
Yeah.
treads on it.
It
believe
does.
so.
It does.
Yeah.
And that shit's
I've
not
seen it,
small.
yeah.
I've freaking pulled track on that on tank treads before. I know how painful
It's
that
it's
shit can be.
it's as heavy as a deuce and a half for you military people out there.
and and the freaking, like, his nephew straight up said that he had thought he lost his uncle in that moment.
Rogue Raven said a couple of things in there. I'm gonna back read here. Oh, the neighbor thought he could see his skull. That's how bad his injury was. And then he's up there. She was talking about Mr. Renner, saying that he's up there with Keanu Reeves, Jeannie Reeves, paid a guy back on his mortgage just because he happened to overhear him talking about it on the set.
Wow.
So there are good people out there.
Yeah, the people in Hollywood that are wholesome, absolute gems,
Yeah.
they are so
Protect
few.
them at
and
all
far-
costs.
They are so
Right.
few and
She
far between.
who shall not be named. We talk about all the time. There's a couple of them. It's good to have a good story for once.
Right. Yeah, well,
Agreed.
I figured what you meant there, Raven.
Yeah, Jeannie. Sorry, Jeannie.
Yeah, she meant Keanu
Jeannie meant Keanu.
when she
yeah.
said Genie.
Jeannie Reeves. Okay.
But I also think it's important to note, if you don't have that type of person in your life, that may be the sign that you
Be a redneck.
can rise to the occasion.
Whoa, dude.
You know, it's like the other way I say it is, if you don't have an
Good
Iroh in
Lord.
your life, maybe you are going to be Iroh in other people's lives.
So few people understand that one, Oni.
Oh, I'm sure more people than you realize.
Oh no, I say so few because I can
I'm the
already see the
chieftain,
giant
bitch.
question mark on two people's faces here.
Yay. Mr. Raymer, come on our show.
If only.
Someone tweet that out.
and I, you know what? Soda, what you got on this one?
Well, I mean, I appreciate this guy, but there's still people out there that do stuff like this every day that never get credit. I know he's popular in, Hollywood, but we need to thank our little heroes that do this from day to day, even our military only hero, people that go to war for us every day. We need to thank them people. This guy has money,
No.
but there's stuff like this happens every day. We need to give credit where credit is due. I love he has the money to do it and, get on TV and show there are good people in Hollywood because, most of us hate everybody in Hollywood.
Yes.
But I don't think he lives in Hollywood. I'm pretty sure he travels, but I'm pretty sure he lives on a farm. I'm pretty sure that's not a joke.
A little known, well, I should say a little reported on fact is that Jeremy Renner recently, within the last year or two, moved out of Hollywood. Said he didn't want to raise his family there.
Yeah, good choice.
And you know what? With the show, I would not be surprised if at the end of either the series or the episode or however long it is, he mentions that he's only doing it or he's only getting noticed because he's got the money and his, work, his, resume out there for people to watch. But that there's still people out there doing what he does and more with no recognition. It would not surprise me one bit if he pulled a Mike Rowe and said,
That would be awesome.
I can't do what everyone else does. I'm just doing what I can. But these are the other people. These are the people who make it possible for me to even do what I'm doing. It would not surprise me at all.
Tyrion Death, Tyrion Death said something in the chat here, Oni. I'm not sure if it's true, but I want this to be true, so I'm going to say it's true. Allegedly. Actually, if I remember correctly, the farm that was in Infinity War and Endgame was his actual farm.
Yeah.
I want that to be true.
It would not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
But you're not to steal your thunder, Soda, but you're 100% right. There are
Mark this day in history.
Wow.
Mark this day in history. Dude,
Yeah,
this is like a regular thing that happens. Good sir.
So
I clipped it just in case to have video evidence.
But you're 100% right. There's so many people out there that do shit like that do these things, that do these types of things, that help others.
It's just we as a country seem to forget, especially you guys, the vets and stuff that do so much for us. It's kind of like I hate how our country treats vets. It's just sickening to me. So
I mean, we were just talking about not even a week or two ago. There's a proposal by certain people in government to slash the VA budget in such ways that because the vets have an income or the vet's spouse has an income, they lose their VA benefits based on their the total income. Like that's supposed to be for health care for the vet to help them,
right?
Because
you know what? These fucking idiots voted for this shit. Not only are they doing that. Go ahead.
Sorry. The government's only upset because the vets got smart and they learned how to play the game. Government doesn't want that.
Yep.
So they're going to screw over. I was talking to my dad about that, he doesn't think it'll really affect Vietnam vets because he said most of them are passing away now.
My dad's
But
a Vietnam vet.
But Desert Storm, Desert Shield, they're going to be the ones to really bear the brunt of this pretty soon if this goes to pass. So we're talking about folks who maybe got welcomed home, and now they're not going to get much. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to save money. And of course, I would commend people on that. However, you are completely tone deaf and are doing this in the worst way possible because most of you haven't served and you still are going to have lifetime benefits for healthcare and money and things that most other people would never have in a million years. So be very careful who you piss off.
Well, they're pissing off the veterans, and they're also pissing off small business owners like Soda, and they want to track all the money that's coming from your Venmo and PayPal now because they want to nickel and dime you motherfuckers.
Yeah, they do
Because
that.
you know what? It's not enough that you pay 30% in taxes anyway, so now they're going to see the side revenue that you're doing, and they're going to fuck you there. So much for looking out for the little guy, guys. You know, those 20,000 armed IRS guys are coming for your money, not the rich people.
Right, exactly.
Fucking liars. This guy is fucking killing me. I've lost I'm probably about 56, 58%. My annual revenue is down almost 58% now.
Yeah, mine would be about.
I was working 13 sessions a week. I'm down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm barely getting by now. Like
if
I don't think suicide's ever the answer, and I don't think it ever. But I can understand why people think about it now. It's scary. It's like you're worried where your next paycheck's going to come. Is it going to be enough? I remember Oni saying, you said this on a live, so I'm not like iterating anything that you haven't said before, but you're like, 50% of my bills, 50% of my check goes to bills. That's nothing. I have about 85% of my revenue going to bills. So saving 50% is really good. I know it doesn't seem like it's good because I think something that me and Oni have in common, we're both fucking cheap. So we're like, I want to keep more of that. You know, like I'm breaking my ass. I'm breaking my ass for this shit, and it's going out as quickly as it's coming in. I share your frustration, Oni. I've been at it a little bit longer than you, and I understand. But it's just
no, and that's the thing is I've got it easy compared to a lot of people.
What's that?
I've got it easy compared to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't have extra mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have car payments. Knock on wood.
Right.
I don't have.
Thank God I wore condoms.
I don't have a lot of these problems, and I don't have a lot of these situations because children are not problems. Family members are not problems.
No.
Some of them may cause certain problems like drama, but
it's an expense. It's not a problem. There's a
problem.
difference. Yeah, I get it.
But it costs money, and I cannot stand the fact that there are people out there, people I know and love, who are having to deal with more of these stressors that weren't there originally. They're having to worry about paying the bills, feeding the family. Their money isn't going as far as it used to go.
I mean, put it this way, my dad's been retired 4 years and he's got to go back to work at 78 years old. Like, that's
wow.
We were talking about the whole veteran budget bullshit, the VA budget bullshit, and how they're going to cut veterans benefits or how they're trying to. If that shit goes through, that will directly affect me. I have an 80% disability rating.
Oh my God. And God bless him, because he's it's setting up a segment for later. This dude's a warrior. Like we have a goal for each other, Hero and myself, and we're gonna be teasing that later. But he's got 80% disability, but he's not using that as an excuse to improve himself, and I think he should be commended for that. I mean, physically. Mentally, he's gone. He's all fucked up from the neck up, but from the neck down, he's working. I'm just kidding.
But and that's just me in my family that's going to be affected. That
right.
I'm telling you about. My wife has her own set of issues from the
army,
and
not everything is physical, guys.
And that shit is
Yeah.
It's hard because she was never service connected, and she is now going through a legal firm to basically fight her way to her benefits.
Wow.
All she's
Which is
gotten
not
from
surprising.
all she's been able to get from the VA is just, well, healthcare that has been occurring from the time she got out of the army until now. And they have basically refused to address anything that happened in the army, and basically they're just using the fact that she got out on freaking basically a child care clause in the army. So when she delivered the baby, they gave her her paperwork, said sign on the dotted line. All right, see ya. Have a nice life. And then when she went to the VA for all of her issues, the VA turned around and said, "Oh no, that's just postpartum depression. That'll go away. You're fine. Bye."
Wow.
Even though with postpartum depression, there's a lot that goes on with that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but
you don't need to be an
wow,
expert.
that doesn't-
And she's not
that
afraid
doesn't
of saying
surprise
it. She comes right out the mouth when people start talking about issues, mental issues. She says, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't fucking ignore that shit." She straight up said she almost committed suicide because of her postpartum depression.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Like,
You guys
yeah.
are talking about the military stuff. My dad is not only a Vietnam vet, and he's not going to die anytime soon, hero.
I didn't say
But
that.
I'm just kidding.
neither did I. I was just mentioning that.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
Unfortunately, some of them have passed.
Yeah. My dad's also a retiree from the New York City Police Department. And what they're trying to do is almost the same thing as the military is doing, is that they're trying to cut his insurance benefits. They want to change him over from a, it's called GHI insurance to Aetna. And with Aetna, exactly. That's what they said. Aetna, in the grand scheme of things, my dad will have to pay more for his insurance because the city of New York doesn't want to pay for it. And they're suing the state of New York now because the retirees were guaranteed the GHI insurance, which actually is less expensive for them, and it's in the courts. But meanwhile, the city of New York is sending out Aetna stuff to the retirees, letting them know that they have to sign it, which is a trick. They're trying to trick them into doing it. So my dad got this packet. I'm like, oh, look at this bullshit. And it's like a huge thing. It's not on the news. Let me give you a consensus of the percentage of the New York City budget goes to their insurance. 0.02% of the budget. And they want to cut it down to 0.01%. So you think you guys are getting fucked? My dad's getting doubly fucked with insurance.
Well,
so it's horrible. Like, if you're a civil servant defending anything local or domestic, military or police, they don't appreciate you. They don't appreciate you guys. You're on fucking food stamps, for God's sake. Your brothers and sisters are on food stamps serving this country now.
Yes. I'm not gonna turn this into a competition. By no means.
No. It's not a competition. I'm just letting you know. It's like, if you're a civil servant, you're getting fucked. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want to like rebuff the whole doubly fucked thing. Look, that's just fucked all around. Period.
It is. I mean, because he was military and police, so he's getting it twice. That's what I meant.
That's what you meant. Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
I just hate this shit because, like,
I'm good, Rogue.
You're telling me that because
So how
my
about that
family
anime?
makes money, I don't deserve as much benefit? Man, first of all, government people making this proposal, go fuck yourself raw.
Buy a t-shirt.
Yes, please, buy a t-shirt. Go fuck yourself raw, please. First and foremost.
I think the chat wants us to move on.
Sorry.
I think that's a good idea.
And in the meantime, we have veterans in this country that are homeless. I had a friend that lived out of a van for 2-3 years, out of a van that was broken down, walking
Down by the river?
10 miles. That's
Was
a
it-
cadence. Walking 10 miles to a fucking two minimum wage jobs that he worked in one day.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, fuck these people that are not paying attention to the real needs in this country. Meanwhile, we're sending billions of dollars of weapons to a war that we're not fighting.
Hmm.
How much of that money do you think would help a veteran?
Welcome to One America News. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sorry, soapbox over. My bad.
People are getting people are cringing hardcore in the chat.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys, but it's a very sensitive for these guys that are vets. So,
And us that have
he's having
friends that are
post-traumatic stress disorder with all the benefits that you're getting fucked over with. So here's something a little bit light. You get it, light, because we're talking about weight. You might have heard us talking about the Fat Jedi Challenge, is what we're calling it, because we're fat Jedis. So he's like, let's do something positive. Gamers, like we're known for being loafs, like sitting on our fat asses, eating potato chips and playing video games and Cheetos and shit. So we're like, hey, I'm fat. Hero's a little bit overweight. Let's do like a fat guy challenge. So we're going to try to lose as much weight in a healthy way by July, and we have goals. So our starting weights are as follows. I think I'm right here. Am I close with yours?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. So my starting weight is 219 pounds. Heroes is 228 pounds. So if we're at boxing, he has like a 9-pound difference. He'd probably knock me out in the first round. But
I'm not going to pretend to know boxing like that.
It's sporting. So we weighed ourselves this morning after a week of doing our exercises, and this is what we came up with. So I started at 219 pounds last week. So my weigh-in was 219 pounds this week. And Heroes was the same at 228. There was no fucking difference running 7-8 miles in a week.
Yeah.
My final goal is 203. Hero's goal is a little bit more loftier than mine. His is going to be a little bit harder. His is 195. So the good news, if we're looking for a positive thing here, guys, is that we didn't gain weight. So that's good.
This could be me talking out my ass.
Huh?
What's that? Go ahead.
This could be me talking out my ass. When you change up your regimen,
Yeah.
your body tends to have a period of essentially questioning what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
So it may seem like you're not actually losing weight, but what it could be is your body and you getting used to a new routine. And you just have to figure out how your body responds to the different stressors and how you want it to respond to those stressors. So it could be as simple as drinking more water, or it could be eating spicier food, or walking instead of running, or taking yoga. Could be a lot of things. So not gaining weight versus not losing weight, I would say not gaining weight would probably be the victory, because it means at least you took in calories and you expended the same energy. So it remained level.
So you're to co-sign, and this is
Thank
based
you.
on experience with healthy living, quote unquote. There was a period of time when I was very focused on weight loss and doing it healthy, and I had my primary goal was to do the healthy lifestyle change in order to stay within the military, because at one point in time I intended to be a lifetime soldier. I intended to retire out of the military rather than
Fat chicks need love too.
being a fat chick that got kicked out. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But seriously, I was focused, super focused on that. And if you have a period of quote rest, we all do this in the health and exercise world where there's a period of rest that turns into a period of slothfulness.
Right.
It happens. Like nobody is immune to it. Like, oh, I'm just gonna take a few day break or a week break, and it turns into 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 3 months.
Years.
This
I'll
is
have another
me.
helping of white rice.
This
Whoa.
is me currently coming off of that period of I'm just gonna take a quick break, and it's now been about 3-4 months.
I like where this is going.
When you start back on your exercise challenge, especially if you are weightlifting as your part of your regimen for weight loss, it is relatively counterintuitive because as Mariner points out, and we are mostly familiar with, muscle is more dense than fat. When you gain a pound of muscle, you have lost a significant amount of weight or a significant amount of fat.
I was lifting heavy for 6 weeks. It's not muscle.
Well, I can't speak for your
I'm
case.
retaining water.
I can't speak necessarily for your case, but what it could be is that you have gained a pound of muscle and lost a pound of fat. And of course, the ratio could be slightly different, but what it is,
I'm just going to get the plastic surgeon and get the rest of the fat sucked out.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess that works too. But then when you start gaining weight, the fat comes in weird places.
Yeah, I've showed you.
Well, okay, I didn't get
Wow,
that.
I didn't want to hear that.
I didn't get that impression from you, sir.
Okay.
But
This
not
fat
that
between
bad.
my balls.
oh, Jesus Christ.
God.
I had to get one in.
Yeah, I had to get that clip in.
But like for me, it could like the standard quote unquote, it's a general rule of thumb, is after a period of rest, when you start lifting again, powerlifting or otherwise, you will gain weight before you lose weight.
Yeah.
And it's just the nature of it. And you can't just look at the numbers on the fucking scale and
Absolutely.
think I am a fucking failure. I have been doing all this work and it has gotten me you can't do that. Because especially if you're focusing on weight loss and you're building muscle, you're power lifting, you cannot rely on those numbers on that scale.
Right. But I expected a 3-pound loss like I always got before. So that's what I was expecting.
Just be careful with your expectations. Temper them.
I want an extra day cardio too, and I wanted to fucking die.
Yeah, well, I mean, cardio is a nightmare. What can I say? But that's again.
I put a cheeseburger on a stick as I was running, so that was my motivation.
that there is another soapbox courtesy of Hero. Once upon a time, he was a health nut. Now he's a bloated giant. No, I'm kidding.
He's huge. Not really, but okay.
Heavy.
So yeah, we got a ways to go, guys.
Bear.
And we have a friend that might help us, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
What's she gonna do? Like yell at us or yell encouragements at us?
Oh no, she gotta fucking kick the shit out of you.
She's just like, get gooder, bitch.
Yeah, right.
So
I'm from New York. Fucking fight me.
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
I'm sorry,
Cage
Ani, are
match.
we running late?
We're almost
I'm
done.
sorry.
Are we running a little late here?
I mean, late, maybe. Yeah.
I know I'm good. You got another one for us, Chief? Or are we gonna?
We didn't do trivia.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing next, actually. So let's see.
Actually, Dark Nova Dragon, full disclosure. I'm sorry, Chief. Full disclosure. The super strong guys that are like incredibly powerful and lift like 800 pounds a go, those dudes are those dudes actually have beer guts. Like, they do not look anything like what the movies and cartoons and comics show.
Because they're pure muscle.
Well, no,
You
they've got a
need
layer of fat.
energy.
They've got a layer of fat, and it is a necessity. Those guys, they're not the showboaters of, the show off competitions. They're the guys that can lift. The strongman competitions,
Mark Henry.
Go Google strongman competition and look at those contenders. They
Right.
all have bellies.
And they
But
eat more
my
than
God,
3K. They eat about 15,000 calories
Yeah,
a day,
those-
probably.
those
Yeah.
guys,
A normal man eats 3K.
those
2K.
guys outlift the show muscle guys, the guys with the pecs and six packs.
Yep.
They will lift those dudes under their table, if you will.
They'll carry him around like suitcases.
Right.
And there's a woman, I'm forgetting her name right now, and it's bothering me so much. She's a female power lifter, and I mean, fucking powerful. And she's got this particular ritual when she approaches the bar. She'll plant her left foot and really place it down. And when she's ready, when she approaches the bar, she'll bring her right foot in. And, she's got her hyped up moments. She does this ritual and she just demolishes it. She doesn't have an hourglass figure. No, she's built like a wall. Just straight up wall of muscle. It's impressive. Just the whole revolution of how she does it. It's art watching her in her element. But she does not have the hourglass figure of your picturesque woman. Those muscles that you see on those screens are for show. They don't really do much.
Yeah.
It's kind of like plastic surgery titties. They're nice to look at, but there's not much meat to them. But then when you see a real functional body that does the work it needs to do, that's when you realize the beauty of the human figure. But that's neither here nor there.
There's this chick, I don't know what she's called. I think like Trisha Trap Queen or something like that.
Oh God.
And she gets shit from guys. It's like, you look like a man. She's like, fuck you, wimp. You're just jealous. I can't remember her name, but she's like really super nice. And she is like ripped, but I think she's natural. But
she's got like a very boyish cut, just short on the sides, a little bit of floof up the top.
different girl. This one has longer hair, but I know who you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
I've seen. I'm looking at quite a few of the powerlifter women.
Yes,
out there.
dummy buff mommies are real. Yeah, and they're cool as hell too. They're really nice people, like the ones I've seen.
The ones that I'm seeing, they're okay. Female powerlifters are built different than men.
Right, obviously.
That's just. I'm sorry. They're just built different than men. A lot of them, they don't have the hourglass shape, but my God, they've got a pack. Abs. Good Lord.
And look at their legs.
I'm
gonna solid muscle of legs.
Just freaking they flex their legs and your head explodes.
Their veins are bigger than my muscles.
You hope and pray.
Whoa.
That you better be using yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you ma'am, may I get the door for you? You bring out the manners. Now, I know they're probably utter sweethearts.
Yeah.
But it's only because they're sweet because they know what it's like to have to be mean and what it's like to have to protect yourself or other people. So don't take that for granted. You treat them with respect.
Reason. Let me look up this woman's name because she's very nice. She actually responds to things. I'm like, people are like, I go, why people giving you shit because they're fucking jealous. I'm like, I go, fuck them. You're a nice person. Who gives a shit what they think? I like actually tell them, and they write back, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, it's like no problem. I'm like, I know if someone was doing that to me, I'd want to hear that in a response. You know. Let me see if I can find her. I don't know her first name. I'm just gonna put Trap Queen in there.
Oh Jesus, no! Don't do that.
Okay.
You will regret
I'm gonna put TikTok. Yeah,
No,
that's not
the
gonna
last
show
time we
up.
ever heard of
Rap
Chica.
queen.
it.
Song by Fetty Wap.
Oh God.
Thanks.
Um. Oh, I can't find her. I'll have it for next show. I follow her. I think she's nice. But Carrie June, that's the one. Like I was actively looking for a recipe with her because she's 4'11" and she's all muscle too. She's married and she has her own business that they told her she was never gonna make. It's called Mini Beast. That's like what they call her. She's like blonde hair. She's like she's a former cheerleader, but she like bodybuilds. She does this messy bun and everyone makes fun of her hair. I'm like, she's got height. She's short and like she's cute, you know, and like she lets her know what she's married. She's been trying to have a kid for like almost a year and she can't get pregnant, and she's like letting everybody know in public. Like she lets people know about it. It's like I've been trying and like she shows a thing and like she shows like the good and the bad of what it is, and like I kind of admire her, and like what she makes is healthy, but it looks so fucking good, yo. Like Oni, you would love the shit that she makes. There's like
Probably.
It's crock potting. That's basically like a dozen chicken breasts, chicken broth. She throws in all these veggies and all these flavors and shit. And like after 12 hours, she takes out the chicken breast. She shreds it, puts it back, mixes it together, and she does a meal prep. And the food is healthy and it looks good. I'm like, I'd eat the shit out of that every day. Like. So I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it. So I found her YouTube page and I have to slow it down and write the recipe down. There's no joke, Oni. There's got to be like 20 different things that she puts in there to make it taste good. Like salt to taste, like basil, all like these ingredients and powders. Oh my God. I have to write it all down. It's like literally a list this long. So I'm just like, wow. Like, and she's like, that's it? I'm like she has different recipes for that, like beef, chicken. And they're all completely different because you get sick of eating the same shit all the time. But
Yeah, I would too. Well, as I say that, and I eat ramen almost every day.
I did the meal prepping. I did the 2 chicken breasts, brown rice, and broccoli for 6 months, 7 days a week.
Brown rice.
And
brown rice.
I dropped to 172 pounds. I'm 6'1".
2 or dropped?
I dropped I dropped 50 pounds. I dropped 100 to 172 pounds. Yeah, 175. I was too thin, and they didn't know how to eat after the diet. And I went to 185 and then 190, and like I stayed at 190 forever. But 190 is a good weight for me. Anyways, no one wants to hear that. People want to know the trivia, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I
So
do.
let's cue the thinking music. Which SpongeBob character's VA appeared in Resident Evil 4? Do you guys know the answer to this? Because I don't think.
I didn't watch SpongeBob. No,
I didn't even.
Resident Evil 4.
I don't know
I'm
either.
gonna say Sandy.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Sandy as well. I have no idea who Mrs. Puff is. I don't know if she's like the one who tried to teach
She's the
SpongeBob how to
pufferfish.
drive or whatever. So
Yeah, I don't know that one. I only know Krabs and Sandy. Krabs suck.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think anyone's gonna.
Crab's pretty cool.
I don't think anyone's gonna know the answer because your girlfriend forgot to give us the answer.
Well,
It's not working. I don't know what the answer is. She did not put the answer in.
Ball.
Guys, help out.
Let me
Hold
call.
on.
Somebody look this up really
Carolyn
quick.
Lawrence, Sandy Cheeks.
So the answer is Sandy Cheeks. Okay.
Give me my money.
Or
My Google foo is strong tonight.
there we go. So the correct answer is A, Sandy. And Badger, use the animate tool or fade away tool next
Why
time,
would it-
please.
I don't understand.
I love you.
Why she would appear in Resident Evil.
Good job, Ghost.
Well, what did she play as? Let me go look that back up.
Did I say that right? Is it VA or VA?
VA.
VA
Okay.
voice
Okay.
actor.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more
Oh.
fucking sense.
I didn't know what that meant.
What?
I couldn't put two and two together.
Virtual
Maybe I need 2 hours
assistant,
of sleep like Oni, and that way I'll get it.
Vaginal assistant. I don't know.
Wow.
Did she play as?
You get to sub so you can come join the cool kids.
Oh,
Right?
wait, no, hold on. Oh, she was the voice of Ashley.
I'm not
Oh,
wondering if it
wow.
was
Oh, the president's
Wait.
daughter in Resident Evil 4.
the original, isn't it?
It does
Because
not
if you
clarify
hear her
as remake.
whining, you can tell. I just
Leon.
Help me, Leon. You're my only hope.
Okay,
that's not how that goes.
no, it's not.
I still remember watching the video about why Resident Evil 4 is the best game and how Ashley's actually a great character to have on the team because
That video get disliked to hell.
no, what happened was on Rooster Teeth, Michael was giving his argument. He's like, because all you had to do is go, bitch, go in the trash can. Bitch, let's go. She listens. Just tell her to hide and she's good. She stays out of the fucking way, unlike other AI where she just like run into shit.
She stays
Because
within keypad.
Resident Evil 5 if you don't have a partner playing with you, a computer will take over for
Garbage human.
it started with an S. Of well, she's a partner character who replaces Jill, which is a horrible way to designate a character. Sheva.
Oh.
So if you don't have a partner to play Sheva, the AI plays it, and apparently they play her badly. At least with Ashley, you get to tell her what to do. But I wouldn't know because I haven't played those games. Yeah, my final
Also-
brain cell is like barely hanging on. It's like
Okay, really quick. You wanted to talk about Kick really quick. So we'll do that and we'll call it a show.
turns out they're apparently pissing money away to Amazon.
Eh?
Really?
Try to stay in competition with Twitch. So I didn't really see all the details of it because I was still kind of at work. But
Oh, wow.
Well, I can
Kick
help
is,
fill in the gaps if you would like.
Go ahead.
sure,
As she lays back.
I have shrunk.
So what Oni means is that Kick is using this exact same systems hosted on Amazon cloud services that Twitch uses. In other words, they're using Twitch's servers to do the same things that Twitch is doing. And my God, they
Wow.
are pissing the money away.
You think it's going to last?
No. Well, this is not a
I think if it doesn't last, I'm going to tell you off air why I think it's funny.
I mean, aside from just the sheer absurdity of it.
So it's not a doomed business model if it is not a permanent solution. If they do not have a plan, oh, they're fucked.
Yeah.
It'll
True.
be just like Hover.
Yeah, Mixer.
What's
Mixer.
Hover? Good question.
They're taking
We
an
were-
indeterminate hiatus. What do you mean you're taking a hiatus? We don't know
Website
when we're
gone.
coming back.
Social media gone.
Sure, the one that I can schedule stuff on goes away. The one I have to use every day to post, I can't do it because there's no scheduling feature on it. It's the one I have to use. We should just go to Clapper instead of TikTok. Because Clapper is the American-owned company that does the same thing.
Spoiler alert, they're owned by ByteDance as well.
Mm.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Kick is where a lot of the streamers have left and went to.
Oh yeah, Kick is where a lot of them had gone to. And if Kick is getting a sizable
Hey, there's us.
if Kick is getting a sizable increase over the last, say, 2 months that they've been running, then I can see them being successful if they make the transition from Amazon Web Services to their own setup, their own equipment. But they have to be making some monstrous revenue, or they have to have some giant money backing them, which they apparently do have a lot of money backing them. They need to use it to get their own shit
In their own API.
Yes, because if they don't get their own shit, their own API, if they get too big for their britches, Twitch can come along and snap them. Because look what Google and Apple and AWS did to Parler. Fucking snapped them. And it took them a month to get back online. And guess what? All of their social media growth that they were gaining during the whole presidential run, because everybody was going to them from Twitter and all that, all those fucking companies, they put their heads together and said, hey, fuck these guys in particular. They're a threat. Boom, gone.
Fuck 'em.
But hey, what do I know?
Nothing.
Right? I'd say I'm just some guy, but I'm not just some guy. JSG is pretty cool.
Yeah, he is.
I like him because I don't agree with everything he says, but he makes fucking sense.
Well, at least he explains his point, and I respect that.
Hey, I'm Tay.
Hi, I'm Tay. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. I like to play Call of Duty and scary games and shit. Welcome. Hi. How you guys doing? How was your day? What'd you talk about?
What was
Pretty
your
much what-
stream about this last time? The same thing it is every week, Tay.
Try to take over the world.
Yeah. Playing Valorant. Ooh.
Mm. Different.
That's
Shit,
valid. Yeah.
Is she
Yeah.
pushing Rogue energy drink?
Oh,
Is that Rogue in there?
can't see it.
She's pushing Rogue Raven 89 energy drink.
Oh Lord.
I
Of Rogue.
please take in small quantities.
Hey,
Highly combustible.
Right. Ah,
Content
yeah.
Wait,
pressure.
what? Essence of Rogue, what? Oh Lord.
It sounds like her like a title to an OnlyFans folder with her stuff in it.
Lol.
Her stuff. Lol.
All her files and stuff. Wait, what?
He had to clarify that.
Yeah.
Trust me, our conversations don't have any clarification.
No.
We keep talking
Zero
about the
context.
fucking FBI reading our shit and going, what the fuck are these people doing?
Get
Or
swatted.
they'll be entertained.
Yes, definitely.
Ouch.
Should I hit the music, fellas and ladies?
Hit the music, bro.
So on behalf of Blacklight Oni, Hero the IT guy,
Yeah. When I get on
The only host that runs at 60 frames a second. Soda Pop.
Later, guys.
I'm Chieftain. We're gonna be rating It's Tay. Make sure you stay there for a few minutes. Let her know that you're there, and make sure you answer her questions, because she can say, "Hi, I'm Tay. I'm a stay-at-home mom at 3," but let her know what you talked about here and try to be positive in there. And until next week, we're lagging out, signing off, and lagging out. Show it, show it. I'm sagging and I know it.
Whoa, dude. What the fuck?